And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey all, welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm joined by Squeaks.
Squeaks.
I'm back. Squeaks held down the fort pretty good last time. It's a good episode. I enjoyed it.
Big shoes to fill. I was a little nervous.
Just saying. No, you did a great job. Okay, so we're going to be going over basically two main topics. Well, okay, let's first talk about Cyberpunk. You've been playing Cyberpunk, right?
Yes, I have.
Do you feel comfortable giving any sort of review yet? Because I know it's like a 100+ hour game.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I could do a response to some reviews. I could say that I think it got too much praise.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna say one specifically. There was one network out there that gave it a pretty high score. I'm not gonna say any names.
No, say the names. Drop them, man. Let's go.
I'm dropping IGN. Okay, and I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him out for this.
Yeah,
IGN gave it a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
They gave it a 9 out of 10, which I can see that during gameplay because I'm having a blast with this game. I love this universe. I love everything about it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the one thing that really ticks me off is just tons of bugs in the game. Okay. IGN this time looked past the bugs, but they don't look at it for any other game. I can tell you right now, they talked about bugs for Assassin's Creed before, and then they docked down the points. No, fuck that. Stay true to what you guys have always been saying. This thing has so many bugs that there was no way that I'd give it a 9. And what it really makes me feel, I know I'm ranting right now, but I have to say this.
Go for it.
What it really makes me feel is that when there's a big game that's super anticipated or that it has to be good,
we have a lot of money behind it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, yes. I'm sorry, but Last of Us 2 didn't deserve a score. Cyberpunk doesn't deserve this score, but on the bright side, I love this freaking game. I'm gonna have a blast with it. If the bugs were not there, it'd 100% be what it was, and I think they give it a 9 out of 10.
What do you think about GameSpot's review?
What was GameSpot's? I didn't
7 out of 10.
I could get behind that one because of, like I said, the bugs that's been happening with it. Like I'm talking to Keanu Reeves and he keeps blinking. Like he's not there, he's there, he's not there, he's there. And it's not, and he does that during the game, but you could tell he's disappearing with the environment around him. Like, okay, that's not right. But I'm enjoying the hell out of this game.
Yeah.
It took me like 3 to 4 hours to really get into it. The story missions are a blast so far. Like every story mission so far literally feels like I'm in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty neat.
The main bug I gotta know about. Are you getting any dicks out bugs going on? Have you heard about this? Where the dick just keeps popping out of the pants the whole time?
No. Oh my god, here's my bug. Okay. Speaking of dicks, my dick wasn't even there. Like it disappeared.
The dickless bug.
Dude, oh, you said dickless?
That's what I'm just saying that's a brand new name for it. You're starting a whole new bug thing going on right now. The dickless bug.
So check this out. I customized my character. Okay, I'm wearing clothes.
Yeah.
But every time in the beginning, I look in a mirror, I have no pants on. And it's just the pants. It's just the pants. And then my dick's gone. I'm like, hold on. I put a dick on this guy. And now I gotta walk around with no dick. And then, but I look down and I'm like, no, I'm fucking wearing pants and shoes. I don't understand why my pants are there. But since we talk about the dicks, the customization is not as big as it was.
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not happy with my character. I wish there was a way you could kind of change them in the middle of the game, kind of like World of Warcraft, you go to the barbershop and shit. I mean, maybe there is one, but I've never seen it yet. Honestly, he has a big forehead. I never got the option to change like the size of my forehead. I'm just not happy with. I mean, I'm really not happy with the guy with what he looks like.
Yeah.
And for a game that can focus on putting tits and a dick and a vagina and shit on your character, but you can't really get like just the facial features like any other game does, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
What do you think about actual gameplay outside of past your pants?
I'm having like it's super good. Like I really enjoy it. Yeah, like I'm telling you, man, if these bugs were fixed, you got the customization back, there'd be no way that this. I can't see it not get a 10 out of 10.
Do you think it'll rise past the bugs like Skyrim did?
I think so because even as of right now, and IGN made this point too. Like even with the bugs, we can still look past it because it's such a great game. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm hoping just with a couple patches that we could kind of, and there was already an update for me that was like 17 gigs. So I feel like it's slowly gonna get there. It's just it should have got wrecked on like how the fans did for the fact that this game's been delayed, pushed. announced originally back in 2012. There's absolutely no reason that this game has any issues with it.
Yeah.
So, that's me.
All right. So how long have you been playing it so far? How many hours you got in there?
Oh man. I'm at 11 hours.
11 that's hours. Pretty good for being out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
I've been pretty addicted to it.
That's good. I noticed you haven't been on WoW, so that's got to be where you've been.
that's pretty much it.
That's all I've been hearing about from the guys on WoW. I was like, "Where's Squeezeman?" Like, he's playing Cyberpunk. We're gonna be happy when he's reviewing it for us. I know. I'm still kind of like in the downloading phase, so you know my internet is. Would you be able to drop a grade on it? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I could do a grade. Gosh. I'm not like like others gonna look past by the bugs and stuff.
Right.
So as of right now, I think it totally just deserves a C. Even though I'm having a blast with it. It's just I have hardcore feelings that we've been waiting for this game for so long and it comes out like shit.
Yeah.
That's just not right. So I'll give it a C. I think once everything's fixed, it's totally gonna later on I could like talk about it and whatever. I think it definitely has a potential of being A since once everything is fixed.
Yeah. A C though, that's pretty bad. And my thing is too is like, should they have delayed this game if it has so many bugs? Because they already delayed it how many times? You guys could have delayed it just a little bit longer. Of course, we would have been upset. Well, why? Of course. But right now, you guys are getting hit hard by non-shill reviewers about your guys' performance. Do you think they should have delayed it?
Well, it's almost like you already delayed it this much. What can you have done different?
Well, I've fixed
like
the
how
bugs.
Much more time? But how much more time do you need? Like these are like simple bugs. I feel like that should have been, maybe 2 delays ago.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're totally right. All right. Well, let's. So we got a C on it. That's pretty low. I'm sure we'll hear some backlash when I put up the Instagram post for that. I'm trying to do.
Gosh.
I got to do better about Instagram, man. I'm so slow on that stuff, and it's like Twitter. I'm like all excited about it, and then like when the Disney announcements were coming out, I was just like, screw it. I'm gonna take pictures of the tweets and put them over on Instagram just because I don't have time for anything else. Such so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Watching. Have you been watching anything cool lately?
Man, I've been on a crazy spree of animes and Vikings. I got back into Vikings.
Oh, how far are you on Vikings?
Season 4, part 2. I guess there's a part 2.
I think I'm in that area. I'll catch up with it then.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe because I was playing Assassin's Creed. And I was like, oh shit, I need to get back into the show. A lot of that. Tons of anime. And I'm always falling behind on this Mandalorian, dude. I still haven't seen the latest episode. I just saw the last one.
I want to talk about it so bad, but I don't want to spoil it. But something huge happens. And it's so minor, but it's so huge. So I won't say nothing else, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anybody else thought like, oh man, Boba Fett putting that armor back on? No, you need to get back in shape, man.
Well, he is wearing a dress underneath it, and I was like, I get it. That's wearing dark colors. What are those vertical stripes? We know what's going on, buddy. Yeah, we feel you. But yeah, Mandalorian has been really good. I've been keeping up on Orange is the New Black. I'm trying to finish that up. Just kind of going through my old list. But if you're into a good Viking show, The Last Kingdom, I can't suggest that enough.
Yeah, I see that's been getting a lot of rap. That's on Netflix, right?
That is Netflix, yeah.
Okay. I've been seeing that pop up quite often.
It's based off a fictional book, but the world around the main character. So the main character is not real, but everything around him is real. So like the kings and stuff like that, they're all real. It's kind of like got that Vikings thing too, because Ragnar Lothbrok was actually like a mythological character, but everybody around him's real. So there's that too. So Last Kingdom, I can't suggest it enough. It's really cool, and the guys are really cool on Twitter. They'll tweet back to you and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. All right, let's go ahead and get into some Disney announcements. We had the Disney Investors Day. How do you think of the events? It was kind of like this random last minute event, but it had more content than I felt like any other thing this year did. What do you think of the event itself?
I was shocked at first to hearing all this. I was like, okay, cool. They put a couple Star Wars announcements or a couple Marvel announcements, but it just kept going and going and going. Like my social media was full of just this event the whole time. So
yeah,
it was like, hold on, what is going on? And then I saw that you tweeted out a Investors Day. I was like, oh shit, this must have been a planned thing, but I didn't even hear. I never even knew this was going on until I just started seeing all the tweets and Instagram posts about this.
I'm almost positive it was like the day before that they actually officially announced it. One of the things we had a leak for, they said like, oh, it'll be during an investors meeting. Actually, I think it was a Spider-Man link, which didn't actually get announced. But yeah, this was like last minute, and I was like blown away by how much content was coming out, and it's just so freaking cool. Yeah.
It just didn't stop all day.
It's pretty awesome. All right, so we're gonna go over basically everything. We'll go real quick over the ones that are just like meh, and we'll talk deep about the ones that are awesome. Let's start with this new animated film we got coming up called Raya the Last Dragon. It's premiering March 5th, 2021. What do you think about this new Disney movie?
Since it's by Disney, I have a lot of hopes for it. And when I say by Disney, you're like, oh no shit, it's Disney, but at the same time, we got Pixar. We got Pixar though.
Right, this is Disney Animation.
When Disney Animation does a movie that lately, it's been really well done.
Yeah.
So I got high hopes for it. I like that we're gonna go to this mythological dragon type ordeal. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Mythological. We're both having a hard time with that word.
Mythological. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be pretty neat. I think the poster's dope. I think it's very very pretty. I'm excited to see what this crystal ball and sword has to play. I'm sure that has something to do with it. What do you think about it?
I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for its release schedule. It's going to be going straight to Disney Plus and with the premiere access and theaters at the same time, which I think is, I mean, basically everything announced today or on that day was that way, and I'm on board for that. So
okay,
we'll see how it goes. One thing I felt very excited about during these announcements is there's a lot of inclusion. You know what I'm saying? We're getting like a lot of different stories from different parts of the world we don't normally get. I think that's what they led off with that too, so it's pretty great. So that's pretty good.
I mean, speaking of that though, I'm just waiting for a Portuguese one.
Hey,
I mean, I'll take a Brazilian one at the least, but I mean, when I saw this, I was like, oh, dude, we already had Milan. Like shit. I mean, I don't know what this one entails. Obviously,
I think this one is from Asia because of that hat.
Okay.
I think that might be.
Okay.
I think that might be like the Mongol area or something like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're just looking at a picture, so I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, all we have is the poster to go off of for now.
yeah. Like, can we get a trailer or something?
Yeah. Actually, probably China because they're real big on the dragons over there. We sound so clueless.
Yeah.
They got dragons, right? Yeah.
We're literally just looking at an image. So.
All right, next.
But you said, hold on, real quick. You said you like that that it's going to the theaters and Disney Plus. So that's something that we were talking a lot with me and John the last podcast is with all that HBO announcements. HBO announcements.
Yeah.
So you're a fan of that then, right?
I am, yeah, because there's some movies I want. Like you made a good point last week. There are some movies that are worth going to theaters, but there's some that are just like I could see with the family at home. It's not that big of a deal. Otherwise, I won't watch it at all. This might be on that list actually.
Yeah. Then at the end of the day, you're getting my money no matter what now.
Yeah.
Besides just like either or, you know.
But in some films, like you were saying, some films you're gonna get my money because you released it at home, and you wouldn't have gotten it if you didn't. I'm not gonna go see this in theaters probably because there's too many good things coming in theaters. Especially 2021 is gonna be freaking lit. But if this is coming home, I'll watch it at the house. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind spending the money to watch it at home. All right, so we also have the announcement of Star and Star Plus. This is the international version of Hulu, basically. It's getting more content everywhere else. What do you think about them starting up a new streaming service?
I don't know, man. I just don't think so. Why? You know?
Well, it's because the licensing for Hulu is hard to get in other parts of the world. Basically, they're upgrading Hulu, and they need a place to put they need to make Hulu international, but they can't for different, because Hulu's owned by different people too. It's not owned just by Disney. So they needed to make another service, Star, that's 100% owned by Disney, so they could put it in all the other nations without any problems.
So, okay, so is this something that you think that we are going to have to buy for certain exclusivity?
No, I don't.
Shows, or
America
is
won't.
it just because we have Hulu? Okay, because we have Hulu, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to fucking buy another one. Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? Hulu is partially, and actually, it's joining Disney Plus, so it'll be in our Disney Plus thing. I don't know, maybe we'll have to pay something there, but I don't think so. Hulu is owned by NBC as well. I think it is Fox and NBC.
I think NBC, yeah.
Yeah. So they have a hard time of like distributing it in other places because then you have to negotiate with NBC the entire time too. So that's why they're like, we'll just do Stars. Fine. Speaking of Hulu, they're definitely stepping it up over there for us in the US. And I'm sure these will all go to Stars as well. So just assume that. We have a bunch of new shows. Only Murders in the Building, The Dropout, Dope Sick, 9 Perfect Strangers, and The Handmaid's Tale is getting a new season. I'm so freaking excited for Handmaid's Tale. Have you been watching that at all?
No, I didn't even know that was the thing you watch.
Oh my God, it's the thing I watch. I cannot wait for it, man. It's so freaking good. You really got to watch it, man. You and Sarah It's
Sarah watches it. Yeah, Sarah.
Oh,
watches
she does. Oh, okay,
yeah,
I freaking love it. Oh man, I'm so rooting for her. So season 4 is coming out 2021, and they got renewed for season 5. Of these other shows, I mean, there's a killer staff casts here. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
Definitely Dubstick, because anything with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and Rosie
I'm gonna
O'Dawson in
watch.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, anything.
yeah.
Maybe yeah, Only Murders in the Building.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see Steve Martin in another CV series, but then maybe like a Selena Gomez though might be interesting to see her back on.
It's weird to see those two with her.
Yeah.
What are they like, the grandparents?
Yeah, especially with Martin Short in it too. That's kind of weird. I don't know. That's a weird trio.
It's the Three Amigos. Maybe she's part of the new Three Amigos that they had back in the day, since they won't use Chevy Chase for anything anymore. But yeah. I'm happy to see Kate McKinnon getting another show. I love her, so that's always good for me. All right, let's move on to FX. We have a bunch of new shows. I'm going to ask you which ones you like the best. I'm going to call out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Got renewed for 4 more seasons. That's huge. Yeah, I mean, I think that puts them at 18 seasons so far. That's going to be really great. Is there anything there that looks really good to you?
Fucking, you already know Alien.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I am fucking juiced for some Alien. Yeah. Oh my God. When they said that, I was like, this is not real. Like, what? Yeah. Like, they're really doing an Alien TV series? Oh my God. I'm so freaking excited for that.
Yeah, that looks really good. We also have Reservation Dogs, which is about Native American teenagers growing up on a reservation in Oklahoma. The Old Man's got Jeff Bridges as a CIA agent that's revisiting his past. American Horror Story is getting basically a reboot. It's going to be an anthology series, so basically a new Twilight Zone is what I'm thinking, but with more of a horror part of the twist. Yeah.
Okay.
Why the Last Man is from a comic book series, pretty acclaimed. We have a lot coming from FX, and they made sure to push that FX is part of Hulu. You just pay extra for it. But a lot of these I think will, because I know like Always Sunny is free part of Hulu, so I don't know. Yeah, some really good shows coming there too.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Shogun too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one too.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about ESPN. Do you watch much of the ESPN Plus? Don't you have that one? I think you do.
Yeah, I have ESPN Plus. Yeah, I do.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, okay, so since I'm one of the only 2 people that that watch soccer, it's pretty good for that for sure, because they'll have a bunch of leagues on it that are not really TV worthy. So speaking of fucking soccer, I just missed the fucking championship game. Now I'm pissed off thinking about it. Son of a bitch. So it's good for that. I mean, and then sometimes too, like Yankees fan for watching baseball. If it's not on TV, it'll be on ESPN, so it's kind of like 50-50 that you'll get it on ESPN Plus. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a really good price too. I think it's only $4.99 I'm paying for, so it's like
that is pretty cheap.
Definitely, you don't even see it really come out of the bank account.
So. It'll be a really big deal for those watching it for the SEC, because they just signed a deal with the SEC, so college football is coming to ESPN and Disney Plus. It'll be all the games on Disney Plus. That's pretty big. They have some news. They have a new Tom Brady docuseries coming, which I'm not going to watch. Speaking of not going to watch it at all, Stephen A. Smith's getting his own show. Screw that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, got it.
As a Cowboys fan, I don't watch him.
Yeah, I was going to say as a Cowboys fan.
As a Cowboys fan, yeah. And then Peyton's Place is getting a 3rd season. Speaking of soccer / football, Ted Lasso. If you guys need a good show to watch, I really enjoyed Ted Lasso. It was just like a good, fun show to watch. Really suggest that one. Apple TV.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It uses some of the jokes from the skits. I noticed that. Yeah. But then it was like, it wasn't so hilarious as it more... It gets me just feeling happy, man.
Yeah.
Like that. And then when he's like really hurting, like, man, there was one episode, I forgot what
the party episode or whatever, when he's having a panic attack.
I don't know if it was that one, because he got lucky at the end of that episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're
saying. But there was one episode where I was just like fucking wanted to cry with him. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. But I do like that. Okay, so, we become a bit of a cynics while we're watching TV nowadays, because we're always critiquing it. I'm like expecting the other shoe to fall. Like, oh, okay, well now this is when he'll find out that he's being fired or something like that. But generally on the show, just good things kept happening, which is kind of nice. Like, it was like, oh yeah, he's just a nice guy, and so that was kind of nice little twist. Check it out, guys. Ted Lasso was a lot of fun.
Sometimes it's nice not to always have the unexpected happen. Like you're always predicting something, and then you're like, oh no, that took a turn. And this one was nice because it was just you wanted good things to happen, and they did.
Yeah.
After going through some bad things.
It was a pretty budget friendly show. Most of it was in the offices too, or in the locker room, but it was still very engaging. All right, on the Star Wars stuff, we had a Mandalorian season 2 kind of catch up trailer, which I cannot believe how many people of our Discord have not seen Mandalorian yet, at all.
But they watch Star Wars.
Well, I don't know if they can consider themselves geeks now. Like Mandalorian,
they're missing out on the best fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, they're missing out on the best Star Wars in the world for sure. God. In my opinion. And I cannot wait for you to watch that last episode. Because you like Bill Burr, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did pop up on the episode prior to that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
in that screen.
Yeah, he's back. Oh yeah.
I was watching an interview of him being on Mandalorian. It was pretty peaceful. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
He's a good guy. All right, we have guys. So many new series. I'm gonna try not to geek out too hard. Rangers of the New Republic. This series is going to be during the same time frame as Mandalorian. I'm guessing that it's going to be a lot of like X-Wing pilots and kind of like, because I think her name's Kara, something like that. She's now a Ranger of the New Republic. So it's going to be a lot of these people that are like trying to keep the peace out in the outer rims where things are really hard. Kind of like an Old West sheriff kind of thing. What do you think this might be?
See, I think it's not going to be so much of X-Wings because we're going to get spoiler alert, what we're going to talk about soon. We're going to get the Squadrons series.
No.
By Patty Jenkins.
Movie. I know.
I know that was a movie.
I thought that was you mentioned like the fucking bombshell at the end of this thing, but yeah. Oh God, man.
Damn it.
I was like, what's going? Oh man, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go talk about this one though. We'll get to that. Oh fuck,
you blew my mind now. I thought that was going to be a series.
Yeah, no.
Well, so I'm probably predicting a bunch of X-Wing pilots now.
Yeah.
No, but out of all of them, I am excited for this one because I do want to see kind of like your SWAT team for the Republic in a way. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm kind of hoping we get like a Deadwood. Like, a matter of fact, speaking of Deadwood, they can get Timothy Oliphant from the first episode and just do a whole series kind of about him. Like he joins the Republic and becomes a new Ranger. Something like that. Like it would be really cool to see like how things are done on these abandoned planets when the Sith is rising right now. So they have to worry about that too. I don't know. Oh boy. Next up we have Ahsoka's got her own series, guys. Rosario Dawson is coming back for this. It'll likely follow her events as she's in between Clone Wars and Rebels, I think it is. So I have to finish Rebels, by the way. Have you watched Rebels?
I've watched like 3 episodes, and I'm still just trying to get through Clone Wars, to be honest.
Yeah. It's so much great content out there. But yeah, so it's going to be in between those. It's going to be really good. We just know this is going to be really solid. And how did you like the episode that she was in The Mandalorian?
I thought they did a great job with makeup-wise for sure. I was a little skeptical on that one because we're talking about an orange alien with freaking thing, tentacles coming out of her head, right?
Yeah.
So, but I thought they did it really well where it wasn't too over the board. Now, after watching that first episode, you're like, fuck, it's expected. She needs a series.
Well, yeah, I was kind of worried because I was like, that makeup's not cheap. So I was like, they have to do that makeup every time they do this series, but worth it? Yes. Yes, definitely worth it.
Yeah. Sometimes, I'm assuming she's probably a fan of Star Wars, but sometimes you just gotta, people fucking what's his Pascal or what's his name on the
Pedro Pascal.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in tears because he was actually the main character in a Star Wars series. So it's kind of like if I have to put on
after this episode, after we're done recording this, you need to watch the next Mandalorian. So I could talk to you about it. God damn it, dude.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal's acting in this episode is the best acting I've seen him ever do. And I'll explain it to you afterwards.
But he wears the helmet the whole time.
Yep, he does.
Okay. I'm interested in hearing how this is the best acting.
Don't look at our Twitter account because I did tweet a spoiler, but I put a spoiler tag in it, so yeah.
Okay. Oh, you did? I didn't click it, by the way, because I saw the spoiler tag.
Yeah, don't read that until you're done. Because it blew my mind. When somebody pointed that out and then I went back and watched it, I was like, I'll explain it later.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Let's get on to the next series here. We have a series called Andor. It's about the main character one of the main characters from Rogue One. It sounds like it's kind of like this first founding of the Republic when everything's really kind of just simmering. I'm excited to see this. It's something that's not really explored too well, and Rogue One was really good in retrospect, especially. Are you excited for this one?
I was a big fan of Rogue One. I love Rogue One. So
yeah,
I'm kind of. I mean, I'm hyped to see a character coming off of it. The only thing, the question is like the Andor logo, or the name right there. It looks like it has the Quake logo in it.
well,
So,
that's the Republic's logo,
that's a little.
isn't it? Isn't that that's the Republic's logo though?
No, that doesn't look like the
Quake
Republic's logo.
stole it. I think so. Now he got me questioning it. Time for the Googles.
But yeah, I was a big fan of Rogue One. So if it has the same feel as Rogue One, then yeah, I'm down for it.
I think that's really cool. One thing we're learning from Disney, especially as we get to the Marvel stuff, they're okay with spending a shit ton of money on these things. Like they're putting out movie budgets on this. Like they're getting actors. These are the actors from the actual movies that are coming in for this. Yeah, it's pretty insane. Did you look at the logo?
I did. It has a little like flower thingy on top of it. People are gonna be so mad at me that I'm fucking saying that about Star Wars logo.
We had to double check though, guys. All right, we have some more.
It looks like Quake.
Yeah, we have some more details about Obi-Wan Kenobi series. 10 years. Oh, look at you guys! The stream is worth it. 10 years later, after the episode 3 events, we have both Ian McGregor coming back and Hayden Christensen coming back as Vader. Okay, so here's some multiple good news on this thing. First off, 10 years, perfect amount of time. They're both aged up perfectly. And whether or not you like Hayden Christensen, we have Vader in a series, guys. Like, that's so... I need more Vader, and there's not enough. They don't use him enough. Well, maybe they overused him in the beginning. He's great. What do you think about him coming back for this series?
Oh my god. Okay, so one I'm really excited about, even though it's 10 years in the future, we're still getting it like a younger Vader.
Yeah.
So maybe a more unexperienced, the more that he has... We're going to get him more, I hope, following Emperor Palpatine. Like, okay, now I got to do your bidding because I'm still in this like training process or whatever. Okay, so I was always like, I don't want to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't want to fucking eat it. I don't care. I don't want to see it. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
But man, I'm so excited for this one. Only because we have Hayden Christensen coming back.
Really?
Chris, yeah. Not because I'm a huge fan of him, but because of we're legitly going to see that duo again.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know, and now they're going to be like, obviously, confronting each other all the time now. So that I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Well, and you know, old Ben is taking care of Luke right now. He's watching over Luke. Luke's going to be 10 years old in this series. So we have that whole thing too, where he's going to be constantly trying to hide Leia and Luke. He's going to be probably checking in on Leia and on Alderaan. So we kind of have this thing where it's like, I don't know. We don't know what the story will be. But we do know that the original script was too close to The Mandalorian, so they had to redo the script. Like back when they first pitched the show. So he was probably had a little kid with him the whole time anyways. I would assume.
Okay.
Which we can also
assume. I didn't even think about that conflict. Yeah, of him having to like keep eyes on Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat, actually. I didn't even think about that. I'm just ready for some fight scenes with Vader in it.
Yeah.
And some modern fight scenes.
Modern lightsaber fight scenes. Because as much as I'm loving these series and movies we're getting that don't have lightsabers, because I just want more Star Wars world, less actual Jedis. But, I mean, it is good to have one series. They don't have a ton of sabers. So, and then this plus Ahsoka, going to be great. Oh, wait, we can have a crossover with Ahsoka series. That might be something right there, too. Right? Because
now, do you think a lot of these series are going to cross over? No.
I mean, we just had Ahsoka be on The Mandalorian. Same with the Rangers.
Well, yeah, I guess before we knew. Yeah, I guess so.
I wonder, hold on, what's the time? Does the timeline work for that? I don't think it works. No, it doesn't work. Because Ahsoka, No, I think it does work.
The only fear I would have is that it's just going to be a mashup, kind of like some of the Marvel movies, where you're like, oh, it's Captain America Civil War. Nah, well, not really. It's kind of just like a Marvel movie. Yeah. I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Like we're going to get with it sounds like Doctor Strange is building up to be the next, Avengers and a half kind of thing, like Civil War was. So, but yeah, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, we got Vader coming back. I'm really excited for that. We also have a trailer for Bad Batch. This is the spinoff of the Clone Wars. It's going to be good. I don't know what else to say about it. It looks really good. We have Star Wars Visions. At first I was like, oh, they're just showing the title card for this. I'm not really too excited about it, whatever. Then I looked into it. It's anime shorts set in Star Wars. So we're going to have like anime battles and stuff like that. That's going to be really neat. Do you remember okay, so you're familiar with Samurai Jack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the Samurai Jack it was done by the Samurai Jack guys, but it was Star Wars, it was Clone Wars?
Hold on, so the Clone Wars people did Samurai Jack?
No. Samurai Jack guys did like 2 seasons of a Star Wars show that took place with Obi-Wan Kenobi and young Anakin teamed up. It was basically it was only for like 2 seasons. For some reason, it never took off. Fantastic series. And it was all kind of this anime fight style. Oh, and the sabers do so well in that fight style. It's really cool.
What the hell? Is this something that we could kind of pick up and watch now? Or
I bet it's on Disney Plus because it was on Cartoon Network at first. You know how they, but it might be on Disney Plus, something like that.
Son of a bitch. No, I never heard of this.
Oh, it was really, really good. Yeah.
Okay.
We also have, we'll just kind of shoot through these real fast here. We have the Lando series that they're working on now. This is being developed by Justin Simeon. We have the Acolyte, which is going to be our first series that's set in the High Republic era. It's going to be about the Sith and the rise of the Dark Powers. Re-rise, I guess, of the Dark Powers. We have a droid series. It's going to be an animated story about C-3PO and R2-D2. That'll be pretty cool. We've been talking about Willow a lot. We have confirmation Willow's coming in 2022. We have a brand new Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford coming back. I'm really having a mixed feeling about this. What do you think about Harrison Ford coming back?
I could use someone new, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't care. I guess maybe not that I care. Like, it's cool that we're gonna get like a newer Indiana Jones, but for maybe this will be one to pass the mantle.
That's the last one was supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. The last one. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What are your? Are you super excited when you hear that? I mean,
I'm excited for a new indie, but yeah, it's one of those things where I wish we did Mad Max Fury Road with Indiana Jones. So that we have like a whole new Mad Max kind of thing. Same thing with Indy. Just a whole new Indy.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Off the top of your head, you got any choices for his replacement? Can't be Tom Hardy because I know we picked Tom Hardy for everything.
Yeah, right.
And he's already Mad Max.
I'll do. Oh God, I love this guy. Fucking can't think of his name now.
You love him and you can't even.
The guy who does Elton John and Kingsman.
I was waiting for you to say because I knew you. I don't remember his name either, but I know he would be perfect for it. I actually want him to be new 007 too. Just throw him in there, but yeah.
Well, I mean, he's already basically doing it in a way. He's just like one of my favorite actors right now.
So he's really good. I haven't watched the Elton John movie yet, Rocket Man.
God, what the fuck, Frank?
I will watch it. I know.
Damn.
He's so good in Kingsman though. I freaking love all the Kingsman. Okay, we have Children of Blood and Bone. This is a brand new series about a young African girl seeking to return the magic to her people. We have a new Star Wars movie. This one's going to be done by Taika Waititi. Yes.
Can I stop you 1 second? Okay, so remember I went on that rant about this Children, Blood and Bone? Okay, long time ago I went on a rant.
Is this the series you're reading?
This is that book. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Which I didn't want to read because it literally is a fucking is a copycat of Avatar, but just in Africa.
Well, now I'm more excited now because LucasArts bought the rights to it and are making a movie about that. Then.
Well, yeah, okay, and that is what the author said a long time ago, and now it's actually happening, which I didn't believe her because there was no news or anything about it.
Yeah,
but it's just like, it's just frustrating to see, like, when you read about this, you're like, this is, I mean, a couple different powers or whatever, but this is just Avatar. It's just Avatar. What the hell, you know?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. I'm pissed off about it. Whatever.
Well, I'm actually more excited about it now that you mentioned that because the story did sound good, except for the fact that it was a copycat. So now the fact that Lucasfilm's getting involved with the Avatar spinoff, I'm kind of happy with that. Taika Waititi's doing a Star Wars movie, which we kind of knew about this, but we have confirmation now. That man is a genius. Okay, if you guys haven't seen, what's the one with Jojo Rabbit? Oh my God, what a movie! Shoot, go check out Jojo Rabbit. It'll make you laugh. It'll choke you up. Super good. Oh man, that part with I won't say it, but yeah, with the shoes. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man. Had me. All right. Now for the big one that Squeaks revealed. We have Rogue Squadrons. Patty Jenkins, that's the director from Wonder Woman. She's coming back. She's coming on for this one. Those of you guys playing the Rogue Squadron game or the old school games all know how great that world can be. And she's talking about in a little trailer how much she wanted to make like a fighter movie, like a fighter Top Gun-esque movie. I can't wait for this. Again, it's another one of those no lightsaber kind of thing. What are your thoughts?
Oh God, yes. I'm super. One, Patty Jenkins is doing it, so I'm super excited just for that reason. Two is because I love playing the Squadrons game.
Yeah.
Because I was such a big fan of playing Battlefront and doing the starship battles.
Yeah.
So just to have a movie about it. Yeah, dude. Like, I want literally like the Top Gun feel with this movie.
Hey, it sounds. I mean, the way they did that trailer, where she's literally skating on a runway pad, it looks like they're setting up Top Gun. And then she puts on that helmet, and I'm just like, "That's right, it's Star Wars." You know, I was so excited for that.
Dude, I want a volleyball scene too, though. You know,
oh, they should do that with some like alien races and stuff like that. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But like they're all like wearing the sunglasses and no shirts thing, like that's it in Top Gun. Patty Jenkins is killing it though. She could really write her ticket. I think she's gonna nail this. I couldn't be happy with the two directors they picked for Star Wars movies. It's great. All right. Nat Geo, let's just kind of do the broad thing. Is there anything you're excited for from Nat Geo?
The Secret Life of Well, or the Secrets of the Wells, and then America the Beautiful. Yeah, probably those two.
Those both look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one about Martin Luther King and Jacques Cousteau. That'll both be really good. But I mean, yeah, it's just Nat Geo. That's cool. I'm excited for that.
But and this one, and I do follow them and stuff because they really knowledgeable things you learn off on their social media. Yeah. But like a real Bug's Life, so you're gonna tell me the other Bug's Life is not real? No, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay. I learned a lot from that.
A little restaurant somewhere with dung beetles and eating dungs and flies. That was
and a circus. Yes.
Yeah. And some fucked up grasshoppers. Wait, was that ants? That might have been ants.
No. No, it was grasshoppers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was the villain in Ants?
I think it's grasshoppers too.
Because I know Bug's Life, because the main villain in Bug's Life is Hopper.
Oh no, was it an evil ant?
Was it evil ant?
This is something we should do for something else that we're talking about, But Ants versus Bug's Life, which one's better? We'll discuss it later on, maybe. Because I've been going ants all the way. All right, so I'm gonna look.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, I loved it. All right, Disney Plus. We got some big Disney Plus announcements. We'll start off with a big one right here: Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I mean, it's got the cast coming back. Emilio Estevez is coming back. Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls. She's the older one. She's joining the cast. We got Turner Hoach. Big Shots is a new series about a basketball team. Mysterious Benedict. There we go. Society. It's based off the classic book series. We have a new Kardashian series coming to Disney Plus for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm excited for that.
Are you serious? Oh man, I'm so disappointed with that.
I'm not super excited for it. It just doesn't make sense why it's on Disney Plus. But,
yeah.
You said the Mighty Ducks. Who's all coming back for it? Just one or two people?
Well, Emilio Estevez for sure, but there's a lot of the actors that are involved with that are kind of like C-level actors, except for Kenan Thompson. He's doing well now, but a lot of them are like available. So, and we know Disney will throw money at anything. I don't see why the whole team's not gonna come back.
Sean Weiss, if I'm saying his name right, he was on the Mighty Ducks. One of the kids, I think. I forgot which one he played, but he was recently arrested next door to me.
In
my city. Yeah, dude.
I thought you were like neighbor.
No, this guy. No, when you see this mugshot, this motherfucker's not living next to me.
Okay.
But he was arrested. He was trying to break into some cars. He's Sean Weiss, the actor who is a child in the Mighty Ducks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be available then if he can get out of jail. Then it's not like he has a job.
This guy looks like shit.
Yeah. They could do like the story, like, oh, he got hit by a puck too many times, something like that. Yeah.
He's just mentally not there. He forgets to put his mask on when he plays.
Yeah. It's so fucked up to laugh about this. Oh, man. Okay, so we have Turner and Hooch. That's the old Tom Hanks movie. They're rebooting it for a series. That's, of course, why not reboot stuff? The Mysterious Benedict Society. I don't know anything about the books, but it is bringing Tony Hale and Christian Scalad together. And those guys are hilarious. So that'd be really good. Movies-wise, let's talk about the movies. We have Hocus Pocus 2. I think that's a good idea. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get the original cast back, but I don't really need them to. Do you want the original cast back for that?
I don't want a number 2, so...
Okay, well, that answers that, yeah.
It's kind of like one of those movies where you're touching something that's legendary.
Yeah.
And it's always scared to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't remake Jaws. And it's weird to say that Hocus Pocus 2 is Jaws level, but for some it is. I'm
actually okay with a remade Jaws. I kind of want to see that.
Don't you touch Jaws. No, Jaws is untouchable. I like that I'm like telling you that. So, hey, don't do remake Jaws. 3 Men and a Baby. Do you remember the classic 80s 3 Men and a Baby?
No, I don't.
Had Tom Selleck and stuff. But they're rebooting it. All I know so far is it's got the one guy from High School Musical. What's like the main guy from High School Musical? What's his name?
Oh, Zac Efron.
He's in this now, and he's gonna be one of 3 dads taking care of the baby. I know you will. So, Safety. It's a new movie that's out right now about Ray McElrathby. Ooh, that's a long name. Yeah, that's out now on Disney Plus. We have, and they're gonna be doing more of these movies about different sports stars coming up. Let's see. We have a new Cheaper by the Dozen. They confirmed the cast for Little Mermaid, Diary of a Wimpy School Kid. They're getting an animated series for that. Okay, let's talk about the cool ones now. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is getting a movie. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be animated and live action combination. Playing Chip will be John Mulaney. Dale is going to be Andy Samberg. I love both these guys. I'm a big SNL guy, so I'm familiar with these two. What are your thoughts about them doing a Rescue Rangers movie?
I'm a little skeptical when it comes to a half live action and a half animated. That one gets me a little nervous. Like I would be okay if it was just a full animated movie. I'm assuming. I'm kind of a little nervous that there's going to be so much of like interacting with humans, which was not a thing before, right?
Alvin and the Chipmunks is kind of what I'm thinking of. Well, not in the show. No, the show's.
God.
Oh yeah, I just
say that.
You don't like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I mean, the Chipmunks. Why were they so small?
I don't know.
It's a cartoon. Those motherfuckers were bigger. Like, come on,
my
dude.
mom loves those movies.
It's like the Ninja Turtles. Why are the Ninja Turtles like 10 feet tall?
I love that. My mom's in her 50s, and when the third one came out, she's like, "I need to get that third movie. Can you get that for me?" I was like, "Okay." She's a fan.
Yeah, I think it'd be weird. Well, I think it won't do. I don't know. I'm just not really wanting to see these people interact with humans.
Yeah, that's a good point. Chipmunks. Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna have to be dealing with human. Like, yeah, it'll have to be the animals talking to humans, and that wasn't really a thing, except for the one crazy scientist that was doing that. But yeah, that's what you're saying. I hope we get Fat Cat as the bad guy, though. He's okay.
As it should, yeah.
Yeah. Pinocchio's getting a live action adaptation. It's gonna be starring Tom Hanks as Geppetto. I'm kind of tired of these live action things. What do you think?
I'm so sick and tired of these live action things. I'm over it. Like, I'm not looking forward to Little Mermaid. I'm not. Pinocchio, fuck, you threw Tom Hanks in it, so it's like, God, well, you know.
Well, I'm watching that, of course, right? Yeah. I'm gonna watch Little Mermaid too. Yeah, whether I look it up.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna watch it. But I want it to stop. I want it to stop. But I mean, what they're making money, but it's like, even though if it tanks, it's like, okay, whatever. Like Mulan, I know Mulan didn't do very well, and I know it's on Disney Plus, but I still haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I know I'm gonna get around into it. Especially if you're throwing it to me for free, then it's like, okay, well, I'll press play.
Yeah.
Are you over this live action thing, or are you kind of just
so tired of it, dude? In Pinocchio, I love the old Pinocchios too. So I was like, I love Little Mermaid. The music. So I was like, okay. We have Peter Pan and Wendy's, another one that's coming up, and it's just, I just don't give. They already nailed Peter Pan live action, and it's called Hook. Don't touch it.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't have to be Disney that made it. It's still perfect. So I'm just kind of over all of those.
Yeah, I'm okay if you do something a little different, like Peter Pan and Wendy. Maybe that's not so much of like the whole group of kids,
story. Yeah.
That might be a nice little twist to it, but like you said, it's not going to compare to if we were going to compare it to Hook.
Yeah.
Like Pinocchio, I know Tom Hanks is probably going to be a fucking badass Geppetto.
He's going to be perfect at it. Let's get past that part.
Yeah. Like, damn, it's like I want to hate this so bad.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid, all we got is the cast, so I can't really. There's not really much to say about it. I don't know. I'm over it, but whatever. They're just gonna keep doing it because it's gonna keep bringing the money, I guess.
I know, and I don't think they're very expensive to make. They own all the rights to it, anyways. By the way, on Hanks, have you seen him in that? I'm behind on a few of his movies. There's a submarine one I want to see. But have you
say which one?
What's the name? Gosh, Mr. Rogers. Have you seen the Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers. I knew you were gonna say that one. No, I haven't seen it, but I know it's free on Amazon.
Okay, I need to watch it too. I need to watch it as well. I don't know why I'm behind on his movies. He has a Western coming up. It's gonna be his first Western. It's coming up. Yeah,
that's weird.
Oh, I know, but I'm gonna still watch that too. So, yeah. Saving Mr. Banks was so good. Oh, he's just so good and everything. All right, we have Disenchanted, which will be the sequel to Enchanted. Amy Adams is coming back for that. Any thoughts on that, real quick?
I never watched Enchanted.
Yeah, neither did I, which is, I know, is for shame for such Disney fans.
You know what? The wife too tells me like, how it was pretty decent, and I don't know, just never wanted to sit down and be like, all right, let me watch Enchanted. even though it does have a really banger song in it. So,
I worked at Disney, not Disney. I worked at Toys R Us when that came out, and so it was one of those things where it's like I don't want to see anything from this because it was like so much Enchanted merch and stuff. The same thing with Hannah Montana. I got so tired of seeing Hannah Montana on everything back then. Sister Act 3, I'm real excited for this one because I love Sister Act 1 and 2. They're both perfect films. So Sister Act 3 is going to be really good. And Whoopi Goldberg's not only going to return to star in it, she's actually producing it as well. So that'll be huge. Okay, so we got some new series coming up. Disney Animation, they're for the first time going to make their own series. They have 4 shows coming up. One about Moana, one about Baymax, one about Zootopia, which that's going to be perfect. And then one about Squeaks' favorite princess, Tiana. Are you watching the Tiana series? I know you are.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the one I'm most excited for out of all of these.
Let me see. The Moana one for me. I love Moana. That music is so freaking good. I could watch that all the time.
Yeah. What do you think? Man, so it's gonna be a series. Kind of stuck on what Moana would bring us though. Because I felt like, I mean, Tiana, you could do like, shit about her business and whatever, which I know that's not gonna last long. So there's got to be some type of conflict.
Yeah.
Zootopia, I guess you could do anything because Bunny is a cop. Baymax, you could read just a bunch of comic books, whatever they made earlier. That one's easy, but Moana and Tiana are the two that are like,
I think Tiana, what they'll do like, you remember the Princess Diaries back in the day?
Oh,
it took
like
she needs to be an American girl and put her like as an actual princess. That's a pretty good idea. I bet Tiana will do the same thing. She's gonna have to actually be a regular princess, and she's just an American girl.
Yeah, like a hardworking person, but she's gotta learn to be like more elegant and shit.
Yeah, and she's gonna have like faux pas, and she's gonna get along with the help more and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Disney, you need some writers for this. I'm just saying. You know where Geek Freaks is at.
Sign him. Sign him.
All right, let's make the Moana one too, because if we can get The Rock on board, I'm really liking that. But I don't think he'll be on board for a series. They throw a lot of money around. What do you think Moana will be about?
I'm gonna say, oh my god, I'm forgetting The Rock's character. What's The Rock's character?
I don't know. The guy with the hook.
Guy with the hook. Oh my god, people are yelling at us right now. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know, but I can almost sing his song.
He gets angry. He throws his fucking hook in the ocean, and there's just tidal waves everywhere. Okay, then they got to stop him. I don't know.
That sounds like a sequel, not a series, but okay, I'm on board.
Okay,
maybe
it's gonna be a long week of storms. Okay, there's your series.
What about her dad kicks the bucket, and now she has to be in charge of the island?
God damn it! Just fucking, where's your contract, dude? Where's your contract?
All right, next up, shit. Disney's teaming up.
But then, hold on, I like that idea. I'm gonna go back to it for a second.
Okay.
But she doesn't want to stay on the island though, because the ocean.
Well, she already had them move once, but yeah, she's like, let's expand, let's explore, and they're like, no, but you have to like learn to wear the crown, and she's like, no, the ocean's calling.
Yeah. Okay. But
maybe she's got a daughter that's wanting to go out too, and then she's like, no, we have to learn.
Ugh, man. Goddamn, sign him.
Sign me up. All right, Disney's teaming up with Pan-African entertainment company called Kigali to make a new science fiction series called Iwaju that's coming in 2022. And it looks like they just showed a still image, but it looks pretty cool. It almost looks like 2 futuristic cities, African themed, but one of them looks like it's like a little more advanced than the other. It kind of looks like a little bit of a cross lovers, trying to fall in love across different economic divides. Looks good. Looks like they're putting some good money behind it.
What is Pan-African? Have you ever heard of that? Or
Pan-African means
anything?
Across Africa. So it's a company that's not from one country in Africa. It's from all of Africa. Or like from...
No, but this company, though?
The company's name is Kigali, not Pan-African.
Okay, Kigali. Okay, sorry. Kigali. Have you ever heard of anything from them before?
No. Yeah, I haven't heard.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see more voices coming from there. By the way, guys, if you do live in Africa, where I know we're getting some more listeners there because we're part of their new podcast platform down there, let us know if you guys are familiar with Kigali and their work and stuff like that. I'm always down to learn more, so that's cool.
Looking at the still though, put it 2 cents. This is basically Black Panther. You had the one side that was all about the technology, and you had the one side that wasn't, right?
Oh, you're talking about like the guys that lived in the mountain that were all about like wood and stuff?
The mountain guys, yeah. So you can see like, okay, here's the mountain guys, and here's the new life of living, the way of living. Then you have 2 lovers. It's Romeo and Juliet.
It does kind of get a Romeo and Juliet vibe, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting off this still.
And it's hard to not get a Wakanda vibe because you could tell one of those cities definitely looks like it's Wakanda. Like,
yeah,
which is a really cool idea, actually. I love Wakanda. Okay,
I could live in that universe for sure.
For sure. All right, let's go to the new movie. We just got a little bit of a trailer for it. It's from family living in Colombia. They're magical, and the house is somehow magical. It's gonna be written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's amazing. It's called Encanto, and we just got a little bit of it. It wasn't like much of anything, but check out Encanto, guys. It's coming on its way. Lin-Manuel Miranda's killing it, so that'll be really good. It's directed by Byron Howard and Jared Bush. All right, Pixar. We haven't had a real big Pixar movie in a while. What's the last big one we had? Do you know?
Coco?
Was that it? God, that's a good movie too. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it might have been Coco.
I think that's the last one.
Yeah. I still need to watch Inside Out. I haven't seen that one yet. All right, so we have the new series coming up called Turning Red. It's about a young girl or a teenager who, when she gets too excited, she turns into a giant red panda. The teenager's name is May. This is being done by Domi Shi, and I know she made a big... Shoot, I don't have it here. She's done some really good work before in, I think anime is what it was. So, that'd be really good. Man, I wish I wrote it down. I don't have it anymore. But yeah. Okay, so, and then we have some new Pixar series coming up. They're doing one called Dug Days, about the dog from Up. We have a road trip movie with Lightning McQueen and Mater. And then we have a new Pixar series called Win or Lose.
Real quick on the Domi, she just did the 2 shorts for Bao and
that's right,
Pearl. Bao and Pearl.
Dude, Bao is a heartbreaker. Oh, I love Bao so much.
Bao's good.
Oh man,
Pearl's cute. Pearl's pretty good.
Yeah, but Bao is that's a good one. Right? All right, now this is the one that's the most exciting news to me. We have a Buzz Lightyear movie coming up, guys, called Lightyear. The main thing, this is not about the toy. This is about the character that the toy is based off of. This Buzz Lightyear will be voiced by Chris Evans, Captain America himself. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so when it first came out, I was a little upset because it's not Tim Allen, right? And I think a lot of people are. And I still think a lot of people still are.
They are, yeah.
When Chris Evans came out saying that this is not like an origins of the toy. Because I'm thinking, what do you need an origins? Okay, you fucking start in a factory and then you put it in a box. I'm like, that's going to be an awesome series, right?
Yeah.
But he said that this is like a movie, whatever, based off, and the toy's based off it. I was like, oh, okay, that's a pretty cool concept. But if Tim Allen's still alive, it needs to be Tim Allen. You don't expect Tom Hanks to not be Woody in a
but how cool
TV
would it be?
Series like this?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they were to have Woody, it'd be cool if Woody was actually kind of a little thing on the side, but he was voiced by Sam Elliott or something like that, like somebody who's known for being a Western kind of guy, and that way. The voice is a little different. I don't know. I'm cool with it being Chris Evans myself because, it's Chris Evans.
Because now that I know the concept of it, it doesn't make me so, upset about it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, we grew up with Toy Story. Okay.
Yeah.
And we've always heard Tim Allen and Tom Hanks. So I just kind of was upset when Tim Allen wasn't, picked to return to his role. But like I said, with the new, that this is movie based and the toys based off of this, it kind of lightened it up a little bit. I was like, okay, because this is not the same Buzz Lightyear.
Do you remember the Buzz Lightyear animated series?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
that's based off of this Buzz Lightyear, so it should be similar to that because that's not based off of that's based off of the actual Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be somewhat like this movie will be. We'll see. Okay. They have one still of Buzz's face, and you don't think about how much better our graphics have gotten over the time, and that looks amazing. That's pretty crazy.
I just recently watched the Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3, and 1. Oh my god, going back to it, you're just like, what the shit? There's no texture on anything. Everything's just smooth.
Was this done on a PS2? Now you said 1, 2, 3. Have you seen 4?
Yeah, I've seen 4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 3's my favorite though of all of them.
I didn't really want to watch 4 again, so.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Marvel news. I think this is the last. We'll have to see. Okay, so we have a new trailer for WandaVision. I just cannot wait for WandaVision, guys. It's coming out January 15th. I'm fully hyped. If you guys know about the story at all, please, send a tweet out to Squeaks. Make sure to spoil as much as you can for him. That's probably best.
Yeah, I was talking to John about that. That you spoiled the whole thing, right?
We have a date for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Such a long name. That's March 25th, 2022. That's just too far away. But it will tie in with WandaVision and the Spider-Man films. Now, this is where we're going to stop and talk about Spider-Man. All week, we've had a bunch of rumors and stuff like that. I'm sure you caught up on it. What are your thoughts about the cast being added to the new Spider-Man movie?
I'm okay with it. I kind of wish the. Okay, let me back up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Okay,
I'm fine with it. I think I was a little skeptical when it was being like, okay, Jamie Foxx is coming back. Okay, what Electro are we getting? Because I can't do Blueface Electro anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care about Andrew Garfield coming back. Because where's the first one? God, what was the first Spider-Man's name?
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Yeah, Tobey Maguire. So I kind of wish he was coming back instead. But I do like how he had
Tobey Maguire's coming back too.
He is coming back?
Well, so this is what we have.
I know he was talking.
Well, and we just had him at a suit fitting too, at a costume fitting shop.
Oh.
Yeah, which is kind of like, okay, that's kind of confirming right there.
Okay. So that's cool. I did like how he had the Mary Jane from the original one come back.
I love her. Yeah, Kristen Dunst.
Yeah. Kristen. I'm okay with the villains too. Like Doc Ock, he's coming back. I thought Shocker was a little interesting that I know it's the part of the Sinister Six, but it's just a small character in that movie. Right. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you are super excited to see come back?
Doc Ock. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie. Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite of all Spider-Man movie. Nice. So good. And to see him come back, and it's Alfred Molina, I think his name is. Damn. And okay, so those of you guys who follow us on social medias and you guys follow the website, I appreciate it, of course, we all do. You'll notice that we didn't like right away, like as it's starting to boil. We check our sources. We do it more than IGN or CBR does. We check our sources. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of websites that are real big, and we won't keep dropping names, but IGN and CBR, they'll take some no-name site that happens to say it and say, oh, those sources said that it's real. So we don't do that until we have confirmation. Collider, a good source, actually had some proof that Andrew Garfield and Kristen Dunst was coming back. So that was good. And then, we kind of actually got some good sources on this. It's it's frustrating because as a kid, this wasn't possible. And now it's like, yeah, but Disney's paying for it now. So everything's possible. And so it's frustrating how fucking perfect this could be. I never would have thought, Andrew Garfield, I don't give a shit if he's in it, but nevertheless, I'm excited to have Sinister Six. And if you're bringing back Doc Ock, he's the very first founder of the Sinister Six. It was his plan to get everybody together. And I think this time they might make a Michael Keaton that'll do it. But it's so perfect, and it's almost frustrating because it's like, where were you, Disney, when I was a kid and wanted to see, more crossovers? I wanted to see the X-Men join up with Spider-Man more and stuff like that, in the animated series or something like that. It's like, damn, it's crazy. It's a bit much though. It's kind of like that kind of Civil War thing you were talking about. I was like, it might be too much. I don't know. A little worried.
I don't know, because the Sinister Six was obviously this group that we knew way back when.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like to finally see it together. I don't know. I hope I don't feel that way though. With all the Avengers thing. No, don't do that to me.
If they could bring back Sinister Six successfully and then eventually spin them off into their own film, that would be dope. That'd be pretty amazing. All right. Next up, we have a first trailer for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's coming out March 19th. What are your thoughts on the trailer? I kind of liked that it was a lot about the relationship.
Yeah, well, I like some of this desert fight scenes in there or whatever, where it was, things were blowing up and shit, and Falcon was kind of flying through it. I thought that was kind of cool. So this might be a lot more action packed than I expected, to be honest. I knew it should have been, because Winter Soldier is obviously guns a-blazing.
Right.
And I think because you were talking about the relationship wise, how they're so different, might be a neat combo to see together. Yeah. I mean, kind of you got the air support and you got the ground support. So if you take it like that, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, actually. Yeah, 1 and 2. And then we're gonna see, Falcon kind of adapt to having the shield now and see what that looks like. I'm excited to see those scenes. Again, we just returned to it. Disney's throwing the budget, they're just doing such a good job of those fight scenes look like that could be a movie. That looks like Iron Man 1 size budget. And it's impressive.
All these trailers look like movies.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. So that'd be really cool. Now, for the show that I'm the most excited for, we're talking Loki.
Okay, good, because this is the one I'm most excited for too.
It blew my mind. It's again one of those things like we were talking about earlier. Like I can't believe this is actually happening. You took my favorite Loki, and you're actually if you guys read, there's like a 5-part Loki series that came out in 2019, 2018. Was with Loki kind of jumping around a lot. It feels like they're ripping it out of those pages. If you guys know what comic book this might be based off of, other than that one I'm talking about, please let us know. I will read every Loki comic book to find that story because, man, this has all of my attention. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was gonna actually tell you, like, watching this trailer, I don't really know too much like what you just mentioned right now with the Loki story. So what I like is that as I'm watching this, I'm super pumped and juiced, but at the same time, I don't know what's really going on, and I'm excited to not really know what's going on. That's why I was trying to go into WandaVision really blank, but you kind of just ruined everything for me.
I will try not to ruin this one for you.
But I love, I guess, Loki's character, but I think the actor does an amazing job playing Loki.
Oh yeah,
and that's why I can always see him on the screen. Like, I just love him. So, that's one I'm most excited for. I mean, I don't have much going into it, but I did like how it started off with the Tesseract again.
Yeah,
in that same building. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" I just saw the scene twice now, from Avengers when they went back in time, and then obviously the original one. And I was like, "Oh my god, I don't need to see this again." But I like how they're kind of like, "Okay, where did he go? What is he doing?" Right? So I do like that.
Tom Hiddleston, it's funny because he's like a really good actor. So it's weird, almost weird that he's just like, yeah, but I'll also be this like amazing villain too. They snagged a hell of a good actor on that, right? So it's just so good to see him do stuff like this. I'm excited for it. And think about that. That's coming in May. March, we have Winter Soldier. In January, we have WandaVision. Disney Plus is going to be lit next year. It's just so crazy. Mandalorian at the end of it too. And it's all really good.
Do we know if this is going to follow the Mandalorian concept was one episode a week?
I think all of them are.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I talked to you about how I kind of enjoy that feeling now, so I'm okay with that. I'm just curious.
It's a good mix with other things too. It's like I want that, but I also want to have like some bingeable shows while I wait, stuff like that. Like if everything was one at a time, I wouldn't be happy. But if Disney wants to do that, that's fine. All right, and then we have we have the what ifs. I've been waiting for this. I thought this was going to come out a lot sooner. It's going to be anthology, yes, where we're going to get random stories of what would have happened. Agent Carter picked up the shield instead, stuff like that. So that'd be pretty cool. And then we have the cast. Go ahead.
Well, when we talked about this, I thought this was going to be live actions, but I kind of like that this is animated because that just makes it more infinite what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat.
But they're bringing back a lot of the cast to voice act it too, so it's not like we're not going to have Chris Evans and stuff. Yeah, they'll be voice acting it.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, we have the big cast reveal for Shang-Chi and a Day. So it's coming out July 9th, 2021. Amazing cast. I love Awkwafina. She's kind of like anything she's in, she's really good. Ronnie Chang is really great. Oh yeah. Awkwafina had a series, and I've watched only a couple episodes of it, but it was hilarious. I have to find where it was at. It's on Comedy Central. They like put it out and then advertise it well. Anybody else in this cast that's really winning you over?
No, Awkwafina.
Awkwafina, yeah, I know. Yeah, she's in something else too that I was like, perfect. I'm cool with that.
She was the weird thing is she's playing Scuttle, the fucking bird in Little Mermaid.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and which threw me off.
It threw me off, but and when I first saw it, I was like, that's weird. But then I was like, oh no, that's perfect. I think she's gonna do a really good job.
Yeah, I think because watching Crazy Rich Asians, she plays that best fun the funny best friend role so well. Okay. Well, I just see her doing that with Scuttle.
You're nailing it right there. Because in that it's that same thing where it's like it's that crazy best friend that kind of knows everything that you need information on, you know what I'm saying? Like Scuttle always kind of like knew the answers, but getting it out of him was impossible. Awkwafina kills that. That's perfect. Yeah. So that'll be really good. All right, Kamala Khan, we have our Miss Marvel coming up, the original series. We got a little teaser for that. That's coming late 2021. They just kind of showed her off and stuff like that. That's going to be really good. Then we found out that Captain Marvel 2 will have Miss Kamala Khan in that as well, same actress. So that's pretty cool that they're actually bringing in Miss Marvel with Captain Marvel. And that'll be coming on November 11th, 2022. So we have a while for that one. What are your thoughts on Kamala Khan?
I think it's neat. I've never been a big fan of this new Miss Marvel. I'm the
Oh
old
yeah,
school Miss Marvel fan.
of course. Yeah.
I gained a little bit more liking to her after the actually the Avengers game.
Yeah. Same.
Got to know her a little bit more because I don't read anything about her.
Yeah.
I wonder though cinematically how good they'll make this look, because obviously she's gonna be stretching her body the whole
Yeah.
time, right? Is this gonna look phony or is it gonna look really well?
That's a big question,
That's her
man.
power. Yeah, her
I
power
know.
is gonna be CGI the whole time.
You have to show it too. It's not like you can hide that anyway. I can't think
Oh
of like,
yeah.
oh, let's put it down up a sleeve or something like that. No, it'll always look weird. Because Fantastic Four, the old Fantastic Fours, Mr. Fantastic was the worst. Like visually, you know what I'm saying, right? I would assume visually, um, the Thing was the best. He looked amazing. But yeah, so it's gonna be really tricky. That's a good point though. That's something to worry about. I had to think about that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm worried about most, if anything.
Yeah. One of the little secret things that I'm very excited for, Samuel L. Jackson is coming back for Secret Invasion. I've been wanting this story so freaking bad, man. What do you think about them doing a Secret Invasion?
Dude, I totally remember the days that you were telling me that I have to read this comic.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you had the comic books. I think you let me borrow it. Hopefully I give them back to you. This was many, many years ago.
I don't even know. By the way, I'm missing my Walking Dead. I don't know who has that one, but yeah, I think it's Joe. So I'm gonna go raid his house and get my Walking Dead back. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So as soon as I thought about that, I had that flashback. I was like, oh shit, I remember Frank long time ago was telling me I have to read this series. I don't remember if I did or not though. A long time ago.
Yeah.
But I remember the cover, if that helps.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be dope as hell, I think.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can see like pretty much all the characters, like all these Marvel characters come back. I wonder if we'll get like a scroll come by and be like, hold on, Steve Rogers, well, you're supposed to be dead, but it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Like that's like, you're right, I am.
Well, and I think it's a really good time to introduce like real obscure characters too. That would be really fun to like bring out some of the real out of left field ones that they're kind of doing. Like we're seeing that with Suicide Squad, like we have Polka Dot Man and stuff like that coming back.
Yeah.
And it's like, do that with this. This is a really good time to do it. Samuel Jackson, of course, he'll nail it.
Hell yeah, man.
I think what we need to do, I think when this one's coming up close, we'll have to, you and I and whoever else, read the comics again and then do like a comic book club for it. Since we haven't done that in about a year, thanks to COVID. So that'd be cool. All right, we have some Iron Man series coming up. We have Ironheart, and then we have Armor Wars. Ironheart, of course, is going to be about Riri and her getting her own suit and stuff like that. And then Armor Wars is going to be about War Machine dealing with other countries and companies making their own Iron Man suits. What do you think? Is he going to do good with the no Tony Stark thing?
Yeah, I think we could get past the whole no Tony Stark thing. But I'm not really how do you say, captivated on the stories though,
Yeah.
Like one, I never really cared for Ironheart, and then the Armor Wars, I'm like, I don't know. It's like it's been there. I mean, it's been done, I feel like, in a way. Or I don't know. I'm just not like I said, we could get past Tony Stark, but it has to be something a better story than these two, I think.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you kind of looking forward to any of these ones, or are you kind of just whatever this?
I know Ironheart will be good. Armor Wars sounds like a mess to me. Like that sounds like it's gonna be messy. It reminded me so much of that Iron Man 2 scene when we saw like footage of like how Russia's building their suits and how France is building their suits. It's like people are breaking their backs. So I kind of imagine it's gonna be some fun with that, Yeah. But fun with people breaking their backs. It just sounds kind of messy. We'll have to see. And that's a high CGI budget too, which is always something worrisome. Of course, Disney's putting out the cash, but we don't know. That's gonna be pretty hard. All right, something I know that will do good is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Fuck yes.
Coming out 2022, and I already can't wait about this. I can't wait for this. What even is this? What do you think?
I think it's
exactly.
Star-Lord. I think it's Star-Lord that, it's going to be that time of the year. He's like, oh, I haven't celebrated Christmas in how many years, right? And he's going to try to introduce Christmas to to his group, the Guardians.
Yeah.
And Gamora's gonna be like standoffish or whatever about it. But you're gonna have Drax is just gonna be so fucking funny, but clueless about everything. I think that's what it is. I think Star-Lord's gonna try to introduce Christmas to everyone.
All right, I'm gonna go real crazy on this because James Gunn tweeted out saying, "I can't believe." Yeah, he tweeted out saying, "I can't believe Disney's letting me do this when I came to them with this plan."
I didn't know he was doing it.
He is doing it. He's writing it and directing it. And he came to Disney with his plan, and he was like, "This is definitely going to be shot down." And he says he's a big fan of the old Star Wars special, which was real cheesy.
Yeah,
I think they're going to straight up save Santa Claus. I think it's going to be that just wacky as hell. I think Star-Lord's going to save Santa Claus. We don't have Santa in the universe yet. I think they're going to save Santa.
God, that's gonna be that's amazing. But
I should be writing for them. No, I'm just kidding.
But you're right though. I mean, if James Gunn is like, I went to Disney with this thing, there's no way going to approve it, and next thing you know they did. It's like, holy shit, it could be something that crazy to it. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's nuts.
I would just love it. It kind of reminds me of like the Futurama type of thing where they did a Santa Claus. It was really good.
It's just so frustrating that we're in the season. This is season right now in a way, and then we have to wait until 2022.
Oh, I know. Why do they? I totally know. It's kind of the best time to announce it because it is a holiday thing and holiday times. But it's like, oh, I have to wait 2 years. Yeah, and it's gonna go straight to Disney Plus
right now. Yeah.
Oh man,
and that part sucks. Speaking of the holiday specials, did you happen to watch the Lego Star Wars?
I haven't yet. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
What are your thoughts?
It's cool. They did a cool story. No spoilers, where they kind of merged all the Star Wars together.
Okay. So it was. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a Lego-fied version of the original holiday special, but it wasn't that.
No.
Okay. Have you seen the original Star Wars special?
Oh God, yeah, I can't remember shit about it though.
With Light Day, where they're celebrating Light Day, they have to get Chewbacca back to his house for Light Day.
Yeah.
It's the craziest fucking story.
I don't remember it all. Yeah. It's nothing like that though. But
Life Day. I said Light Day. It's Life Day. Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy story, but
I think they celebrate Life Day in the Lego series, but it's not not like Chewbacca and shit.
Yeah. Someday, if you guys haven't seen it yet, someday you guys got to watch that, and just it's wacky, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so we have a Baby Groot series coming up. It'll be a series of shorts for Disney Plus. Not much to that, just Baby Groot coming back. We do know that Christian Bale, that's one of the best Batmans ever, will be joining Thor, which I just realized I misspelled Thor on this. Joining Thor 4 as as Gore the God Butcher. That's coming out May 6, 2022. Christian Bale is always perfect, so I can't see why he wouldn't be perfect in this too. Him as a villain. Any thoughts on that?
No, I mean him as a villain. I just think of when he was doing I'm like in all the movies and everything. Remember when he was? I think it was a comedy. He was dressed up as a fat guy and he was the boss, but he was like hella dirty and shit, bald head.
Are you talking about when he played Dick Cheney?
No. It wasn't a comedy.
It wasn't a comedy, or it was a comedy?
It was a comedy.
Okay.
Whatever.
Because now I'm thinking of it's Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder, but yeah.
Tropic Thunder. That's what it was. He played that. He played the boss, right? Remember that?
No, that was Tom Cruise.
That was Tom Cruise?
Oh,
it was
dude.
Tom Cruise. I'm thinking of Tom Cruise.
God. Tropic Thunder is probably the funniest movie I can think of.
I don't know why I thought Christian Bale was that character, not Tom Cruise.
No, yeah. That's funny that's weird that came across.
I don't know why. I thought about him the whole time. Maybe, I don't know. But Christian Bale's perfect in everything he does, so it's kind of like have him with already this crazy amount of popularity movie. I mean, shit, it just adds more eyes to it.
Thor has been getting better and better in my opinion, and I think it's just gonna be. I'm looking forward to this, so it'll be really cool. We have a new Ant-Man movie coming up, the Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. I'm real kind of mixed on this thing because I mean we have a new version of Cassie Lang coming in, so I think we're setting up Young Avengers, right? Because they're probably going to age up Cassie Lang for this. We do have Jonathan Majors. We've announced this before, coming to play Kang the Conqueror. Kang is going to be a real big character. I don't care for the Ant-Man movies. What do you think about this?
I'm gonna say fan of number 1. Number 2 was kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But with Jonathan Majors playing Kang, I'm a little skeptical on that. I mean, I watched him in Lovecraft, and even though I think he was pretty good in Lovecraft, I wasn't like a huge fan ultimately of the series. I started off strong, and then I was just kind of like, this series is just fucking just end it, please.
That's what I mean.
So nothing about this really is like selling me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just kind of too wacky or something. I'm not a big fan of the Ant-Man movies in general, so we'll see. Kang is really important, so they kind of can't fuck that up. I mean, he's like Avengers level villain. So,
and that's what's scary because you got this. I don't want to say no name actor, but let's be real. I mean, we never talked about. Have we ever talked about Jonathan Majors and anything else?
yeah, really, it's just been Lovecraft Country that we've talked about him joining.
Yeah. So that's what really got me nervous because if it is comes this like Avengers type villain, that's pretty worrisome. Since you like to like spoil a lot of the Marvel stories, are you expecting anything out of this one? Like what can come out of it?
Time travel, yeah, it'll probably be
Is that
because.
time travel?
So what I think is Kang the Conqueror was probably created by the Avengers when they changed the timeline to stop Thanos. So I think.
Okay, hold on. So you think Kang created the Avengers?
No, Kang was created by the Avengers when they changed the timeline to stop Thanos. I think.
Okay. Well, then we're getting multi-universes from Spider-Man and time travel.
Well, and Doctor Strange, yeah.
Okay.
And Quantum Mania, they're using the quantum stuff to explain time travel in the MCU. So that's what we're going to get Kang. It'll be time travel thing. Yeah. The name worries me because it's so fucking dorky. I'm just like, Quantum Mania. I'm like, when Thor has Love and Thunder and it's dorky too, but you're like, yeah, but that's Thor. That's like an 80s joking name. When Ant-Man does it, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's a quick kids show. Like, this is a Shark Boy and Lava Girl kind of thing. So I'm a little bit worried. But yeah. By the way, have you seen the new Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
New?
Yes.
Like a 2020 new? Or...
2020 new.
No, I have not seen that.
You got to see the stills from it. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. They actually, it's the same actors and everything. Yeah. All right. Last two things here. We have confirmation from Kevin Feige. Well, we're going to do the Kevin Feige part. I don't know. But anyways, so Black Panther 2 is being written and directed by Ryan Coogler. Yeah, I know. That's cool is they're not going to recast T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman, he's staying T'Challa forever. But the new series, the new movie will be focused more on Wakanda and the other characters that are in the movie. I personally think his sister will become the new Black Panther. That's been done in the comics. It's currently being done in one of the video games too, actually. It's a slam dunk. She's really amazing. So what do you think about this? Do you think it's a good move to not to recast him?
I don't know. It depends how well they do it because they've done it in Star Wars movies where they put the CGI face on the character, right? But then how much screen time are we going to get with Chad's face? And then how...
Oh, I'm thinking none. I think it'll open up on his funeral.
Oh, what? So you're saying... But you're saying he's going to be CGI, though.
No, I'm saying... Okay, no. So they're going to honor Chadwick Boseman by not recasting T'Challa. He'll always be T'Challa. But T'Challa won't be in the movie. It's going to be about Wakanda and the characters in it. So the characters we already have... So it'll be
okay, then maybe I'm bringing in something new then, because I read something that he was going to be CGI'd.
They might CGI him for the initial part, but it sounds like they're sunsetting the character.
Okay, that makes... Okay, well, that obviously makes more sense, because I was expecting... When I read that article, I was like, hold on. Is he really going to be CGI'd in this whole movie, and what, he's just going to pretty much wear the suit the whole time? That's kind of shitty.
I would not be on board
it only
with that,
makes sense because they've done that there, and they kind of set it up for... oh, God, I'm forgetting her name now, and I'm just fucking forgetting it.
Princess Leia.
But yeah, his sister to kind of take over because she's basically the brains of the whole of Wakanda, to be honest. So,
but yeah,
it kind of just set it up for her, so it's not really like not expected.
Yeah,
I think it's because they already have in the comics, like you said,
and they could bring in. There is a lot of great characters within Wakanda already. And so, I mean, just lean on them. Make it a cast kind of thing. Sorry, cast kind of thing, and less of an actual one character kind of thing. Totally down with that. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah. The one spot that they could CGI him is in the afterlife. Whether like they go talk to the Panthers. That would be a good spot to CGI him. Okay.
Yeah, because we could see that conflict. We could see like in the middle where she's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. Blah blah blah. Let me just swim in the sand," and then they go over.
Yeah.
The afterlife. Yeah.
I wonder if he knew that he was on his way out, if he would have signed something saying it's okay to use my likeness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder how the contracts work like that. I mean, there's got to be some lockdown to where like we own you for this long, and if you want to try to get away,
yeah,
right? Can they do that with somebody's actual body?
I don't know. It seems like it should be that way. Like it's not fair to not do it that way, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. we're in a new era now. Like, who owns the rights to your likeness after you're dead? We don't know.
Yeah, because right, because Disney's not the type of company to be fucking around with people that just want to up and quit. They lock you in.
They lock you in. Yeah.
You want to be, I mean, of course, obviously it's sad what happened to Chadwick, but if you're going to be like, let's just say Robert Downey Jr. was like, nah, fuck this, I'm leaving. Okay, now we got to worry about casting another Iron Man. They're not going to worry about that shit.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's something to think about. Something that we're probably going to, I wonder if they'll pay his family what he would normally get paid for appearing in the film. Like something like that might be reasonable. I don't know. We're going to learn this. It's a changing world now. All right. So we're moving on to the next thing here. The last announcement from the Disney event, which is just, I mean, can you guys believe that this was all like a spur of the moment last thing Disney event? I mean, the stuff that we've been talking about, we're at an hour and 20 minutes on one topic, basically. Pretty crazy. All right. Here we go. John Watts will be directing the new Fantastic Four movie. I cannot wait. MCU, Fantastic Four, they're going to nail it. I just know it. I trust them 100%.
Oh, yeah. I think we're finally going to get the Fantastic Four that we deserve.
Yeah.
I mean, because we, oh my God, I don't know. Where do I start?
Start with the director. What do you think about John Watts being picked up for this real quick?
Well, because I know he's done Spider-Man. He done work on Spider-Man.
Yeah, Homecoming. And stuff.
On Homecoming. I haven't really seen too much of the other movies that he's done, so that's the other little scary thing about it. But let's just base off of Homecoming and Far. So he's done both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Work on both of them. So do I really enjoy those ones? Yes, I do. So I can only base off of that. I don't know his other movies. I know he had one random one called Clown, but like I said, so I'll go in with high expectations because I think the new Spider-Man movies are great movies.
Yeah, I agree.
Saying, have you seen any other work besides that of it?
No, just the two Spider-Man movies. So I'm excited because of those. But yeah, it does leave this whole thing of like, okay, yeah, but how are you at ensemble cast and stuff like that? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what do you think the MCU is going to be able to do with the Fantastic Four property?
Okay, so so I'm recently becoming more of a Fantastic Four fan. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It just clicked one day in my brain. Okay. I think we're finally going to get. Okay, the first Fantastic Fours. I didn't hate them. Do I think they were a little too comic booky? I guess so. Whatever. The newest one, I don't want to talk about it. It's non-existent to me.
Doesn't exist.
But I'm hoping we get the cat. Okay, I'm hoping we get the right origin story for the cast, as in like how the first ones they were like the sister and the brother, and not like the whole Michael B. Jordan with they were like what were the adopted or something like that, right?
Adopted, yeah.
I don't want that. I want that to be original. What I'm looking for most of is we have King the Conqueror because we know how big he is.
Yeah,
of a villain. Okay, and then Doctor Doom, and I think that's the big one, right? We need that next.
Bring me some Doctor Doom, man.
Dude, we need that next villain for Marvel. Who's going to take the throne, right? Who else besides Doctor Doom that you have right now?
Yeah, you need to get Doctor Doom, and they can bring in Galactus through them as well. That look on your face. Fantastic Four they're the doorway, man. Them and X-Men. It's amazing to me the MCU is not using Fantastic Four and X-Men right now with all the content we have coming our way and everything we're excited for. Growing up, Marvel was Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man. That was what Marvel was. I didn't care about anything else. Well, Thor. I like Thor a lot too. But those were like when you said Marvel, I thought, okay, yeah, they're the ones that make the X-Men comics. And now, we're finally tapping into the main stuff. I feel like now we're getting to the real guys. I'm just so freaking excited for this, man. It's just unreal. And that logo feels so. Doesn't that logo feel like that's the original logo, just classied up a little bit?
Right. It just feels like that's right.
That's the Four. Right. That's on the on the uniforms, man.
Man. So I think we are jumping in this huge like villain universe, man. I mean, we got the Sinister Six, we got King, Loki's getting his whole series. I think if anyone, like, let's just look into the future. If anyone's gonna have a series, when they're like, say we're done. Okay, Doctor Doom's done on the big screen. Doctor Doom's the perfect one to have the series on.
God.
He could go to hell and back. He could do whatever with this whole time traveling different universes too. I mean,
he's a president of a country. Like he has a country to run, so you have that too. Yeah, he's a phenomenal character. Are you reading his comic book series?
I'm reading. It was only like a 6-part one though. When I was reading it, it was like where he there was like a different. They accused him of like doing this incident. Does that sound familiar to you? Did you read it?
I haven't read it yet. No, I haven't. I'm right now reading through the stupid ass Batman event that I can't stand right now. The Batman Who Laughs, that whole thing. Have you heard about all that?
Mm-hmm. I can't. Yeah, okay. You were telling
it's this whole new Crisis event that they're basically like DC's shoehorning in to basically start Future State up. And I'm so tired. It's just so frustrating. I'm hoping Future State's very good. I don't like that they're using Batman Who Laughs to lead to it because I think they're overusing that character. I mean, they ran him into the dirt so freaking hard. He's being obliterated. He was a cool character 2 years ago when they brought him up, and then they're like, oh, hey, let's use this guy to create a new Crisis level event. And it's like, I'm just so tired of it. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm reading right now, and I'm just getting burnt out on comics in general because of it. So I'm hoping Future State saves things for me. Otherwise, I might stop DC for a while, which I never thought I'd say that because DC's been my mainstay comic book company.
Yeah, DC's been killing it comic book wise. I haven't read anything fairly new from them though. Because I'm kind of going back and reading old stuff.
I am too.
But like Rebirth old. I'm not going like way back.
Right.
The only thing I've been going way back for is I'm still reading some Watchmen stuff. Which can we please get into the Watchmen movie? But yeah, I mean, I haven't read anything like really new except for I read one issue of the Three Jokers.
Yeah, that was another one that just disappointed me because I was hoping it wouldn't be canon and it is, and so that just frustrates me. Well, we've talked about in the past, but so we'll do like what we're hyped for 2021. Let's get together and really think of some good comic books that we're excited for that are not necessarily because Future State I know is going to take up a lot of the comic book world next year, and I'm excited for Tim Fox being the new Batman, but that's basically all I'm excited for, and I'm also happy with what just the Batman storyline's going on right now. Now that he's having to like scale things down and he's working out of Gotham City instead of having his mansion. I'm kind of liking that. But the rest of DC, I'm just totally not caring about. They're doing a new Flashpoint story. Like what if basically Flashpoint wasn't fixed? That might be good. But generally, I'm just like so tired of DC Comics right now. So I could use some new stories. I really am. I know. And I never would have thought I said that because I mean, Batman's an easy read. Flash is an easy read. I'm just worn out on all of them. I'm so tired of all of them. So I'm good for like a brand new, like if Doctor Doom has like a new series, I'm in. Like I need something like that. Thor's really good. Actually, I'll probably be jumping hard into Thor because all I'm hearing from Thor is really good things. So I'll probably do that. And then of course the Venom stuff right now is really good too. So I'll probably just switch over to Marvel, be a Marvel guy now.
I'm kind of shooketh right now.
I'm just it's just frustrating. But yeah, we'll talk about more when we're getting ready for 2021. Dude, so we're at an hour and a half. Do you want to split this into two? Do you want to just go right into the Game Awards? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we could do Game Awards.
All right. Going over to Game Awards, guys. That was everything with Disney. I cannot believe it's an hour and a half content. It was so much stuff that they were just dropping that day. And my internet was shaky. So I'm like doing it through the Twitter account and everything like that. And it's just so much amazing stuff. But all right, let's talk about Game Awards. I'll do some cool transition music that's video game themed. I'll probably use Level Up, which we're going to be working on our next Level Up pretty soon in the next week or two. Heads up on that, guys. Jonathan's playing Assassin's Creed. That's the fan-picked game, and he's working hard on it. But
yeah, I noticed he was playing it earlier today. I was like, damn, John, okay, good, get it. During the day.
He's working on it good, and he's loving it. It's his first Assassin's Creed game. She's like, oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, he was like, well, I kind of want to try out the Assassin's Creed. He's like, well, you probably should try Origin so that you're used to the new version of Assassin's Creed so you can jump in on Valhalla and stuff like that.
Sure.
Instead,
yeah. Okay.
Because if I were to like go play Assassin's Creed 2 and then you can play the new one, they're like almost different games, right? You get the stealthiness version. So, but he's loving it, which I'm excited for. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So we still have to figure out exactly what game we'll use Level Up for because the Assassin's Creed's taking a little bit of time. We're going to use it for December. So we'll pick another game and we'll go with that. We'll come with that'll probably be like 2 weeks from now. All right, let's talk about Game Awards. We have some big announcements. We have some big winners. I personally, though, just like real quick, I disagree with almost all the winners. Did you like the winners of this year or no?
One of them that really ticked me off, and I think I knew it was going to tick me off, was Game of the Year.
Exactly.
We'll talk more about it when we get to it, but that was the one that really, I expected it to be that, but it shouldn't to me.
It's a real IGN situation, man. It's a real like, okay, yeah, give it to the one that it pays you guys the most. I see how it is. And that's not the case, of course, but it's frustrating to see them win everything when it's like, Ghost of Tsushima's out there. You know that, right, guys? Okay, come on now. Yeah. All right, so some of the big announcements we got. The one that I'm most excited for, Perfect Dark is back. Cannot wait for this. Perfect Dark, of course, the original one was basically a sequel-esque to GoldenEye on the N64. And it's done by Rare, and I'm totally in love with Rare. I think they're a great company. So I'm really excited for this. What are your thoughts on Perfect Dark? Did you play the 360 version or anything?
Oh, yeah, dude. Anything I see that girl with the red hair, I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I got so excited when I saw that. Yeah. Well, one, you can't really tell because it's just the back of her.
Right.
But when it did say Perfect Dark, I was like, fuck, this is what? Original Xbox? We haven't had a... Did we have 360? One on 360?
We had one on the 360. Was perfect. Was a remake. Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Was it with the same girl too?
It was.
There was like two girls or something. Okay.
No, it was the same.
Yeah, I never played the 360 version. I just played way back in the original Xbox version. So it's like, man, to see this come back up.
Oh man.
It's awesome that Rare did. Okay. It's okay. We look at Xbox as a whole, and it's like all the games, and it's like, man, it blows my mind that you would even think of this. You know, right? Like Perfect Dark. It's been so long. But in Rare's eyes, they're like, oh yeah, we got this catalog of games. We think about these all the time, you know.
But
just for us, we're like, damn. Like, I would love. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Hunt to the Reckoning. It was like over the top, and it was just you kill a lot of monsters and shit. It was a game that me and Joe, that hasn't been on this podcast since we first started. We played back in the
last episode we was on, by the way, was Prep for Battle for Azeroth. Not this expansion, the expansion last. Yeah.
So, anyway, but it's like damn, dude. Like, I can't even think we're thinking about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I thought it was going to be a trailer for Control, like a new Control expansion or something like that. But no, it's Perfect Dark. I'm super stoked for that. Now we just got to get Time Splitters, and then my shooter days are back, and I'm excited. Are you a big player of Among Us?
No, I'm not.
Jonathan's big on it.
Really?
I'm so bad at it that I'm not a fan of it. But they have a new map coming up, the airship, and it does actually look like a really cool map. And with all kinds of new minigames and stuff like that. So we have the trailer on our website. We have the trailer for everything on our website, guys. Feel free to check them out and get a peek at that. What's really cool news, Fortnite's getting Master Chief. I don't know who the hell is running Fortnite, able to get all these people on there. They have DC and Marvel on there.
DC, Marvel, they obviously, we're talking about Master Chief. They got Kratos from God of War.
John
the
Wick.
Viking Kratos.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so they have PlayStation and Xbox joining together. This is bigger than Smash Brothers by a mile. It blows my mind. It's kind of like with the Spider-Man verse. I'm kind of pissed off that this didn't happen when I was a kid, you know. And it's like, oh man. Master Chief's gonna be perfect though. He's just so great, and the model they have for him I really like because it's definitely like high def model, but it also kind of feels like it fits in that cartoony world. You notice that? It's kind of a good mix of the two. It's really good. So Master Chief's joining Fortnite just like everybody else. That's crazy. Okay, we have some new trailers for brand new games. We have It Takes Two, and then we have Open Roads. These are both indie games. Those are pretty good looking. You know, they're beautiful games and whatnot. The big one though we have as a brand new Mass Effect. I thought this whole franchise was done. Are you playing Mass Effect?
No, so I thought Mass Effect. I talked about it with Jonathan in the last podcast. That they were going to do a collection as well. So this
I remember
is
that. By
shocker
the way,
to me.
Hold on. I want to apologize for my brother Jonathan, who has not played Knights of the Old Republic, first of all, or anything else BioWare. He didn't even know what BioWare was. I was like, oh my God, guys, we talk about video games every week. How does Jonathan not know what? I mean, we actually just did a level up about Knights of the Old Republic. And he, of course, he was a part of it, but it's just kind of funny that it's like, oh my God.
When I was naming games off, I'm like, okay, Dragon Age. And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I can see you do that. But I was like, okay, Mass Effect. He's like, no. I'm like,
I know, dude. I love Dragon Age.
Great America for this fucking game.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
But yeah,
this is dope. I never played the Mass Effect Armageddon. Was that the last one? Yeah. I just heard some mixed things about it, so I kind of stayed away from it.
Yeah, something like
Armada.
Armada. Yeah. Maybe is that?
Yeah.
I keep thinking Andromeda, but that's not it.
No. I never played that just because I had I heard mixed reviews about it, and I was like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. But I think Mass Effect is great. I think 2 and 3 were awesome. I don't remember much of 1, but I remember having a blast on 2. So I know we talked about the last one, but obviously I forget the name because a week ago when we did this.
Yeah.
But the head of it now, because they had the 2 leads that left BioWare. I talked about in the last episode. We have the head now was ex Blizzard employee.
Yeah.
So I think BioWare is still in good hands, even though we had those 2 members leave. And this is gonna be the test right here, really. I mean, this and the new Dragon Age 4.
I'm excited for the new Dragon Age. I really like that combat style of Dragon Age. It's to me, it reminds me of Knights of the Old Republic in a lot of ways. So, I'm excited for it. It'll be really cool. All right, are you still playing Smash Brothers?
Well, I had my shit wiped, but I think
that's right.
I actually had, when I got the whole Xbox or the Switch thing, that battle. I think it's not wiped.
Oh, what?
I found some saved data in the cloud because I was my Nintendo Online membership was kept on being declined because I switched credit cards and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it was going off and on. So someone's on, someone's off. I actually think I have all my data still for Smash Brothers. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't touched it because I thought I lost all my characters. I was like, I'm not playing this again. So I'm gonna try it now because of what you're about to say with this new character.
Sephiroth from, am I saying that name right, by the way? Sephiroth?
Yeah, you're right.
Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII's joining Smash Brothers. What do you think about that trailer, dude? Because that thing was dope as shit.
Trailer's dope as hell. I thought looking at the gameplay, like the end game, like how he did his moves and stuff, looked kind of slacky to me.
To me, it looks so OP. I think he's going to be too strong.
Really? Man, I felt like he was like, kind of like that doesn't do shit, but
I feel like he's a Marth that can like outrange you. But yeah.
The range wise on that sword, it's like, oh no, they really actually gave you like 20 yards of fucking sword.
Yeah.
You know, like, god dang.
Well, I really like how they set him up as the villain for Smash Brothers in the trailer. That was just, that blew my mind. I was like, oh. And then, of course, you had Cloud that was like, no. Like, Cloud knew right away when he saw everybody else die, and he saw him flying in the air. Everybody else was like, oh. And then you saw Cloud, he's like, get the sword ready. He's like, that's pretty freaking dope. That's cool.
How dope was it when he stuck Mario against the wall, though?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're looking at Mario with Sephiroth. Like, how is that a thing right now?
Oh, man. It's good to be a gamer right now. There's a lot of good shit coming our way. Okay, so you guys who watch our stream know that we played Left 4 Dead a while back, and it's one of those games it's always good. It's never a bad game. They have a spiritual successor coming called Back 4 Blood. I'm buying this day one, right? This is going to be streamed day one. We might have to do the 4 copies thing to make sure we have enough people playing it. Are you playing this with me?
Day one. I'm with you. Right. I'll be sitting right here with it because this looks so fun.
Yeah. It has that, Left 4 Dead feel where it's definitely co-op and you're just trying to get through the zombie hordes, but they've added some really cool things. Of course, we have like the special zombies, right? It looks like there's more of them than usual. We have this big guy, this big boss thing chasing you. I don't think you can kill it. It looks like they were putting a lot of bullets into the guy. He couldn't die. I'm excited for this.
Do you think they didn't call it like a Left 4 Dead 3 or anything because they added these like bigger monster creatures to it? Is that?
I think they changed I don't think it's Valve anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think it's the same development team, new studio kind of thing.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. That reminds me of the next one here. We have a Dead Space spiritual successor as well. This one's called The Callisto or Callisto, whatever. We didn't get a lot of details on it. It's basically this guy getting attacked by a big alien. Thoughts?
Huge Dead Space fan. I loved it. I read maybe like 2 of the books, watched all the movies. I love Dead Space. So if anything that's kind of like the successor of Dead Space, I'm 100% day one on this also.
It's just one of those games that just passed me by. I've never played any Dead Spaces.
Oh man, 1's cool. I mean 1's great obviously, but 2 is like fuck badass, man.
Yeah.
And 3 was okay. 3 was good.
I'll have to pick them up because it's one of those things that's like video game legend now. So I do need to play it at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a game that I have devoted way too much of my freaking life to was Ark. We have Ark 2. And you didn't play any Ark, right?
No.
Okay. It's an open survival world where you're taming dinosaurs. You're fighting other tribes. I played it back when it was good, but then they added like too much feature tech in it and it got real bad. This new trailer looks very story driven. And for some stupid reason has Vin Diesel in it.
I was like, I'm maybe sold off of that Vin Diesel.
Okay, so here's the problem though. Did you watch the trailer and see his fighting in it?
No, I didn't. Well, I'm watching it now, and to be honest.
My problem is the fighting looks so cheesy and bad because it's using the actual like riggings from Ark, which are not meant to have that kind of fighting style. It looks like it is. So it's like looking at your face
It's
as
just standing there.
Yeah, it is like an old Steven Seagal kind of fighting style, and I hope it's not. I hope it's just a gimmick that he was in the trailer and not actually gonna be part of the game, because Ark is really good, but it has nothing to do with the storyline. And this, for some reason, we have like new bad guys and all kind of like.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Ark doesn't need a story, and it looks like that's what they're doing. They're bringing a story into it. I'm not a fan of that.
This honestly looks okay. So you're gonna have to. I was gonna ask you to film it. So these people that they're fighting, these like monster-looking characters, they're not in the original Ark.
Not at all.
This looks okay. So why is there an Ark 2, and why not just an expansion to Ark?
It's probably like sometime in the future, because this looks like an established tribe, and in Ark you wake up on a beach with a thing in your arm that you see them look at later on in the trailer. Okay. And so, then you kind of like establish.
And this stuff. Won't be like so this won't be attached at all to Ark 1.
It'll probably be a whole new Ark, but it might be like in the Ark universe and be a whole new kind of game. I don't know, because it looks like this guy's he's in an established tribe. So I think this might be like, oh, this is 50 years in the future when the tribe exists and stuff. And,
and this really looks like a whole brand new game.
Yeah, and they could have used, if they didn't even use Vin Diesel, they just used some random actor, I would have been happier with it, because then I'd be like, oh, they're trying story. But using Vin Diesel, I'm just like, I don't like that dummy. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big Vin Diesel fan as it is. I like Groot, and that's about it. So I don't know.
I like him in his role where he only says like 3 words.
Yeah. As a kid, I was a fan of his, Triple X and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting worn out on him. So
even the blood is horrible. Like, what the fuck? Why did they do that?
It was really
the blood
bad.
Splatters. Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer was really bad, and it was kind of glitchy in some spots too, which was like, oh, okay, so it's optimized using Ark's engine. That's a good joke for you Ark fans, because that thing is not optimized for shit. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The last big announcement, of course, Flight Simulator is being put on Xbox Series X now. Game's amazing. I loved playing it. So the fact that it's coming to Xbox,
played it?
Yeah, I got it day one because it was part of the Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
And so
you like it a lot, or are you just kind of like just chilling, exploring worlds?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a beautiful game and stuff like that. It had the unfortunate thing of coming out with a bunch of other games I had to play, but I think it came out like the week before Avengers, and so I was like, okay, I got my feel. Now I got to go into Avengers and waste my money on that game.
Yeah, so you're just flying around and checking out the world.
Yeah, you're just
like landing and stuff, right?
Literally simulating it. Yeah, I'm a bit of a plane fan, so that helps a lot, you know. And but it's hard to explain, but like flying properly is not easy to do, and that's the challenge of the game, is flying properly and then enjoying your world and then exploring like the random things you can explore and find out there. But yeah.
Okay, so how many times have you crashed on purpose?
Oh, in the beginning, well, on purpose is a whole different thing. But on accident plenty of times. You know, I'm hoping on the Xbox it'll be a little easier to fly. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's yeah, you don't really crash on purpose. That's kind of not the point of the game. Flying perfectly is the point of the game. So I don't know if I'm really like, let me hit this building or anything like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think it's gonna really do well with the ray tracing and stuff like that on Xbox. That'll be really good. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and go into the Game Awards part of this on what won and what lost. We'll start with the big one first. Game of the year went to Last of Us Part 2, and bullshit. I agreed. Bullshit. What should have won?
If I'm reading all these, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
100%. Because even though you could be like, oh, well, Last of Us has a great story. Yeah, you're right. But gameplay wise, I found myself extremely bored throughout the whole time. Yeah. Okay. Ghost of Tsushima was that. Okay, I'm not huge on. I'm okay with open world and not open world, like that linear storyline. That's fine. But Ghost of Tsushima just gave you that option of like, yeah, I'm gonna be super samurai. I'm gonna kill, out there. I'm ready to fight, or I'm gonna be super sneaky. There's a bunch of armors I can customize my character.
Yeah.
There's this and this and this and this, and I never found myself bored of playing because there's so many ways to play.
Yeah.
If I'm like breaking into a fort, I could do a couple stealth kills, and then ultimately, like, hey, a lot of them are dead. I'm gonna go in as a samurai and just kill them all. Okay. Last of Us was the same thing every time.
Yeah.
It was just like it was one of those where it was like, okay, what reminded me was the first Doom, the not the very first one, but the newer one.
Yeah.
Where you see an open area, and you're like, okay, well, shit's about to happen because this is just the uh, how this game is made. You get to a certain part of the level, recognize it, shit's about to go down, right?
Yeah.
Last of Us was kind of the same thing. It's like you get an area, but it was more. It was just like, okay, you get very low ammo. You now got to sneak around everywhere and kill everyone. That's the whole game, because if you can't sneak, then you're just gonna get ultimately jumped by tons of people.
Yeah.
I just found myself so bored.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And I was kind of hoping that they would really how do I explain this? Like if you were to name the best soda in America or in the world, you could just say Pepsi or Coke. But you could also get creative and talk about LaCroix or, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Like if you were to go for the Oscars, if the Oscars was just to say Iron or like the latest Avengers movie, well, as much as we have our better Oscars if we talk about the best Avengers movie, if you were to just always do with whatever's like, oh yeah, this is the big title this year. That's what happened with The Last of Us, I feel like. And Hades, I think, deserves more attention. Ghost of Tsushima was phenomenally gorgeous. The Final Fantasy remake, I don't think deserved it. And I think Animal Crossing, while it took over the world for a bit there, I think was too empty. But Doom Eternal, like, talk about how much Doom Eternal changed up their own gameplay to like reinvent the game in this newest one. Stuff like that. The Last was Part 2. It was okay. But it didn't deserve Game of the Year.
The thing is, it's the same game, great story, but they took away the multiplayer. So tell me, why does that get Game of the Year?
Yeah.
When they took away some of the stuff that liked the first one.
Yeah.
People liked the multiplayer. I enjoyed the multiplayer a lot in the first one, but you took it away. So now you're gonna give me Game of the Year is just gonna be this linear story that's boring as shit to play. That's horrible.
Would you? Yeah, I would have to say Ghost of Tsushima as well. I haven't played Hades yet, but whenever I watch any, streams of it and stuff like that, we have friends playing it too. That to me looks like a game I can really sink my teeth into when I've got time. Yeah, to me it just feels like they just went with a Pepsi vote, and it's like, I'm not a fan of that. It also won Game Direction of the Year. Same bullshit. Let's talk about most anticipated game. So we have Elden Ring won it, and I am very excited for Elden Ring.
How is that an award?
Right, yeah. It's who could create the most hype. And what's funny is Halo Infinite's on this list when it shouldn't be. Like, it could have also been the Delayed Games Award. And then even like the God of War. It's not God of War something. It's God of War sequel. And so it's kind of a weird award. They're not even naming the game properly. How is Horizon Forbidden West? That's like, I mean, yeah. You can't. It's such a weird thing. It is a weird thing to vote for.
But I mean, if you were looking at this list, God of War gave us nothing yet. Legend of Zelda gave us one little. We got to see the Resident Evil trailer. I don't think Horizon really gave us anything yet.
Not much. I think we got a teaser. Is it? Yeah.
Resident Evil's a teaser as well. Know what that's about. I think Elden Ring. I mean, we're hinting at an award for our most anticipated fucking trailer, basically, that we've seen.
Yeah.
Elden Ring. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty.
I think it deserves the win. It's just a stupid category. Yeah. I think what we'll do next year, we'll do what we're doing with the better Oscars. And the Emmy thing really worked out really well, where we had everybody vote for them. And that's what we're going to do with the Oscars. I think we'll do it again for Game of the Year next year as well. Narrative. It was The Last of Us Part 2 that won that one again. Okay, let's go to...
I can see it for narrative.
The story? You think the story's better than... Yeah. I guess that's probably fair. But art direction did go to Ghost of Tsushima, and it better have. As much as I like Ori and The Will of the Wisp, which is what I voted for in this category, Ghost of Tsushima took it away. I mean, it's just freaking gorgeous. I think it's slam dunk. Would you vote for anything else on that one?
I'd never seen... Oh, Final Fantasy looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. Because I think when I did my Final Fantasy review, one of the biggest things for me was like the whole environment to look around, how it looks so different. Like when you look up, you see like this whole big ass metal city.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I could just stare at that all day. So I could see Final Fantasy being a real close second to it.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima definitely has that going on too. It's just that you're like looking around at like the moving grass and stuff like that has that effect. Like you're in the forest and stuff. So, but yeah, score and music went to Final Fantasy though, which I'm not surprised there. That there's a lot of like nostalgia involved in that. They remastered a lot of the old tracks and they brought in some really good art direction into that. Again, I'd have to go with Ori and the Will of the Wisp for this one. That game was really just a beautiful game, and it's one of the few games where I have the music blasting. So, audio design went for The Last of Us Part 2. I think it actually does deserve it for that one, actually, because audio design is the things that are not music. So, twigs breaking, like you're in that forest by yourself trying to like approach quietly, that's when you can really get the best of it. So, I think that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the performance winner, though? We have Laura Bailey winning for Abby in The Last of Us Part 2.
Laura Bailey, I think, did an amazing job. And I think he probably deserves this award for sure. She is, I think, the next to carry The Last of Us here.
Yeah.
It has to be. I think her character, I mean, I know a lot of people agree with me, and I know a lot of them disagree.
Yeah.
Is what carried me. And she's better than Ellie now. Like, I was way more into her story than I cared about Ellie. Ellie, I didn't give a shit about in this second one, as I did to her in the first one.
Right.
Abby is what I cared about more in this. I think she's great.
Yeah, and you've heard a lot of great stuff about Laura Bailey's performance, and that was what she did. She did a good job. To me, Najee Jaturum as Miles Morales. I'm still playing Miles Morales because of course Shadowlands came out, and so that's got to be the focus. But man, when I hop in there, all those cutscenes with Miles Morales, I'm like, can this kid play Miles Morales IRL? Because he does such a good job, and of course, it's also the PS5's power too that's really kind of like articulating everything. But he does such a good job of capturing that real weird thing about Miles, where he's like not confident, but he's Spider-Man, but he's not the Spider-Man. So it's like this really big kind of like, because Spider-Man was basically created so that you had this character that was like not on the level of Captain America, where he didn't have that confidence. He was just a kid. Miles Morales is that one-fold more. And Najee's killing it. In that game, I love every cutscene. And I mean, you've already seen the ending, so don't spoil it anything like that for me or for anybody else. But his relationship with was her name the Tinker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil who that character actually is, but that back and forth, beautifully done. And so I've been voting for him. It was really good.
I should spoil since you like to spoil a lot of the TV series.
Well, I don't technically know the answer, but we all know. We have Games of Impact as Tell Me Why.
What the fuck does that mean?
Games of Impact?
Games for Impact.
Games for Impact.
What is that award?
Ones that tell stories about people who need stories told. Does that make sense? So it's stories about marginalized people, maybe social impact stories, stuff like that. Yeah, which Spiritfarer, I think, did a really good job on that one. But Tell Me Why, of course, is a really great game, so that's good. Ongoing game, this one was bullshit. No Man's Skies won that. The dev team has done really good in bringing this game back from the dead. But man, the Destiny 2 team straight up left Activision Blizzard this year.
Destiny 2, like that game is still... The game just dropped another expansion.
Yeah.
Huge expansion. Like pretty much a whole new game. What the fuck does No Man's Skies do? To fix its shit?
Well, they fixed the shit and they did put out a good... I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of... Apex is the only one I think definitely doesn't deserve this. I thought Destiny 2 should win it. And I have to be honest with you, I think maybe Fortnite probably deserves it more than anybody because, talk about a game constantly getting updates.
Yeah.
I think No Man's Skies won this award because they saved their dead game, the dying game or whatever, because they lied about the promises, or But yeah, this is one of the most contested one. We'll go with that. But I think that's
I think you're pretty smart with Fortnite though, because they keep on dropping stuff and they keep on still having millions of players playing.
Yeah.
Do you know much of No Man's Sky right now? Like, is there a lot of people playing it, or?
The numbers have ticked up, and the people who are playing it are loyal fans. But I don't think it's one of those games that's like dominating very well. No, it might have the lowest numbers actually of everything that's on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Best indie game. Yeah, it has to go to Hades. As much as I liked Fall Guys, nobody's playing it anymore, which is very frustrating. But it has to go to Hades. Debut indie game went to, I hate this name, Phasmophobia. which I have a lot of friends that are like, you should play Phasmophobia with us. I'm like, no, I'm tired of buying games that you guys all buy. So yeah. And then mobile game, this was an easy one. Of course, it's going to be Among Us. Everybody and their mom is playing Among Us. Is there any mobile games on that list? I mean, I played Call of Duty Mobile and I played Genshin Impact as well. Anybody on that list that you would have given that award to instead?
I haven't played. I'm not a huge mobile game. I honestly have not played any of these games.
Yeah.
I mean, you could talk to me when there's a Nintendo, which I'm surprised there's not a Nintendo game like the Fire Emblems keeps dropping patches for it. Fire Emblems has 6 story series that they give you for free. Like,
wow,
that game is still making new stuff for it, and it's like they're pretty decent sized stories.
On mobile?
And it's like, yeah, on mobile, Fire Emblem.
I'm gonna pick that up. I didn't know that they were still doing that. That they were doing that at all.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes, and because there's a trailer for it too. You're like, what is this? And it's like, oh, maybe this is a new Fire Emblem game. Like, no, this is just a continuation of correct. I think there might be 5 stories, whatever, 5 or 6. But it's like, holy shit, they're like actually making stories in the game still. Like, oh, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like something big that could have been on there, like a Nintendo app.
I would suggest the Genshin Impact if you haven't played that yet.
Okay.
It's a modern Eastern MMO that feels like a full PC, because I have it actually on the PC and the mobile. It feels like the full PC game. Does not feel very gacha. It is, of course, that's how they pay for the game, but it doesn't feel like it too much. It's just actually a really good game. It feels like a full MMO, like a big fat RPG.
Do you think I have the Apple Arcade.
Right.
They got it for a couple months free, whatever. And you could tell all of these games, man, for the Apple Arcade are really well done.
Yeah.
Do you feel like anything exclusive like that would ever become on this list?
That's a good point.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously not everyone has to actually do it without paying for it, because obviously Call of Duty Mobile, Among Us, all these look free.
Mm-hmm. They all are, yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Pokemon Cafe.
Yeah.
But like, would that ever make it?
I don't know. Yeah, there might be something about being behind the paywall that might cause problems. Yeah, because all these are free to play. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's a changing market. If Apple Arcade does well, which I don't think it will, but if it does well, then it'll have to be reckoned with. Yeah. But it's hard to justify paying a service for mobile games like that. But it's like, but Fortnite's free. What are you gonna do? Community sport, Fall Guys won that one. I like Fall Guys. It doesn't deserve to win it, though. Community sport, again, this is a really good one where Fortnite probably should have won it. Destiny 2 should have won it. No Man's Skies. This is actually where they came back and did good community support. You could have given this one instead, but, here we are.
It's just that shit that they want something.
Yeah, they needed to give Fall Guys something.
Bring eyes to it, yeah.
Yeah. VR and AR game, there really was only one game to win this, and it had to be Half-Life Alyx. That's a slam dunk.
Do you know much about this game? Have you seen much about it or anything?
I've got a buddy that played it pretty religiously, but I haven't played it myself.
I was gonna say, was this just given because it had the Half-Life name on it?
Probably a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I do hear it's really good. I hear it's
really.
Yeah, I hear it's like one of the best VR games ever put out so far. Which, yeah. Innovation in accessibility was The Last of Us Part 2.
How?
Well, I mean, in accessibility, so this is kind of a weird one. I'd actually give it to Grounded because I really like Xbox's efforts in accessibility. I don't know what The Last of Us Part 2's accessibility benefits are. I know there's like colorblind mode, but other than that, I don't know what it is. I know that Grounded does a lot of work where you can customize one of their big adaptive controllers. That's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Action game, we have Hades winning out. Probably fair. I didn't care for Streets of Rage too much, except for playing it with you. It was really good. But other than that, Doom Eternals was good, but I think Hades is going to have to win that.
I was going to say, I don't know much of Hades. I'll have to check it out. Never played it, never looked up gameplay or anything. I know you praised it a lot, but I'm like, man, you're saying to me it's better action than Doom? You know?
I think it is, actually. I haven't played it. I've been just watching streams of it, but very cool. Yeah, and the art style and everything like that. And yeah, it's got the roguelike things going on, so that's really good.
Okay.
Action adventure game. Of course, it's going to be The Last of Us Part 2. It beat out a lot of better games. Okay, hold on. I don't want to keep shitting on this game. It is, of course, a really good game.
It is. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. I just think that Star Wars Fallen Order probably could have beaten it. Or at least was a very close contender.
action adventure, but even like Ghost of Tsushima, like come on, the whole game is straight up silently killing people or killing. Come on, dude. Even Assassin's Creed Valhalla though, it's like all the raids you could do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Valhalla's a really good example of a game who should have won or beaten this one out because of its big variables. Like you could do so much in that game when in this game was pretty much repetitive story. And then for me, of course, like I know it's shorter version of the games, but I'm going to go back to Ori is on this list, and so is Miles Morales. And they're both shorter games, but man, Miles Morales has got a great story. It's got a big, wide variety of things you can do, and it's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, see, I thought Miles Morales' story was okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's getting me going.
It was good. Yeah, I like Spider-Man. I like the first Spider-Man a little bit more when it came to the story, because I think there's just more villains involved in the story. Yeah. But like it's action and adventure. There's no real adventure in Last of Us. You're going straight through. At least with Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there you could create that adventure. Yeah. You can't create that adventure here. So it's just, yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go into RPGs. We have Final Fantasy VII taking the win. I think that's fair. Against this list, I think you can't really complain with that one. Yeah. We do have fighting game though, and I'm really leaning on you. We have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate winning. Do you think it deserves it?
Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat's the best fucking fighting
game. All right.
Street Fighter 5 is on. I don't know why Street Fighter 5 is on this.
Why do you say
the Champion Edition, because it's been updated so many freaking times. Street Fighter 5 now is a complete game, but now it's so big of a game with all the content and shit that's on there. Because it came out like shit originally.
You're right.
And then now it's just like so much shit on it. It's like, oh my gosh, dude. It costs so much money if you wanted to buy all the characters and the skins. It's not a cheap game. It's not a cheap
game.
Mm-hmm. And anything under Night, and then One Punch Man. No, Mortal Kombat is clean, crisp. I think the DLCs are worth the money. With this last one we had with Melina. Yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat's easy for me if I was looking at this list.
What about Family Game? We have Animal Crossing winning that one. I know you play a lot of family games. What are your thoughts?
Why the? I didn't know Paper Mario was a family game. Crash Bandicoot 4. I guess if you take turns, a family game, but that game is hard compared to the old Crash Bandicoots.
Oh yeah.
As this is like, okay, let me real quick. They're like, oh, recommended ways you could just, no lives. You just start from the checkpoint instead of having lives like the old school games.
Mm-hmm. Okay?
And I was like, oh well, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, it's recommended. I'll try it out. Yeah, because the very first boss, I died 17 times compared to the first Crash Bandicoot games. First boss, you might die once just to learn it. Yeah, learn how he plays. I died 17 times on this first fucking boss. Okay.
Do you have it on a high difficulty or is it just one difficulty?
It's just one difficulty.
Wow.
One platformer. Yeah.
So you suck real bad at
it. What's that?
So you just suck at it then?
Yeah, I suck at this one for sure. But I would watch other people play. Sammy, he's worse. So,
okay, makes you feel better.
Mario Kart Live. That's
the home circuit one with the RC. I was gonna buy that, but that shit's $200. So I was like, nope. I'll wait.
How much?
$200. I was gonna buy it. I was like, I might have been with the Luigi too, but it was $200. I'm like, no, I'm all right. We got Cyberpunk coming out. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna buy no.
You're telling me I gotta pay $200 and make my own track? No, fuck.
That's the part that I was like, oh, I could pick a tracker in my house. It's kind of cool. But then I was like, that's right. I'm not gonna spend that kind of money.
It's so much work. And you're like, okay, I erased it. Now I gotta make another track.
Yeah. I wanted to see how my dog would do with it on the track. But yeah, do you think Animal Crossing deserves it?
You think Minecraft Engines would have been a good one?
No, it didn't take off like it's supposed to. It was a good game. It just didn't take off like it should have.
Yeah.
All right. Best Sims and strategy games. I think this one was fair. I think Microsoft Flight Simulator should have gotten it, and it won. Beating out Crusader Kings 3. We got a buddy that plays Crusader Kings 3 like crazy. Gears Tactics. You played Tactics. What do you think this should have won?
I'm just a little confused with the category. It's a simulator or a strategy. I mean, how do you do this one? This Game Awards, man, it's fucking retarded.
That's why it's very stupid. Yes, I can take that word. Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just like, how are you gonna have this in one category? Should have just done one
for each
simulator game, or yeah.
It does. It's really hard to compare the two of them. Of course, I'm gonna go Flight Simulator, but yeah,
Yeah.
Sports and racing game. This was an easy win for me. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 won it. Of course. Do you have any arguments with that one?
Yeah, FIFA 21.
Okay, well, see, now you're just lying. No, it's just craziness.
Easy, FIFA 21 on the PS5 or the Xbox, the new Xbox.
You really like those loot
Series
boxes?
X? Dude, those graphics and stuff, man. They look, what an upgrade.
Yeah, the soundtrack on Tony Hawk, that just beats out your graphics right there.
Oh, okay. Now this is a soundtrack. You might as well put sports/racing/soundtrack. You might as well let's just simulator / strategy game / action adventure.
You're simulating as a skating guy, so I mean, there you go. Yeah. All right, multiplayer game Among Us won that. Of course it did. It didn't really have any competition.
Compared to Call of Duty?
Well, just because it's taking over the world. Like, it's like, again, is it the best game? No. Warzone of those is the best multiplayer game. But because Game Awards has to go with whatever's hip right now so they can have people watch their stream, they're going to go with Among Us. You know what I'm saying?
The Call of Duty is just not hip.
It's not as hip as Among Us.
Players in esports had not hip.
not as big as Among Us. There's no doubt.
Wow. Damn.
Senators are playing Among Us together right now. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Crazy.
But
that's crazy.
All right, content creators of the year. Valkyrie won it. I mean, okay, she is really cool. I was going for Tim the Tap Man, but you know, she's awesome.
What does she do?
She's cute as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why she was handed the award.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan, but yeah. But Tim the Tap Man. I mean, watching his Valorant streams is fantastic. Esports athlete. I mean, it was Ian. He won it. He plays from Grim 6. He plays what is it? League of Legends. So League of Legends, of course, does really well. I think it's League of Legends. Yeah, but pretty sure. And then for esports coach, we got Zonic. He won it. He plays CSGO, or he's a coach of CSGO team. Esports event. This one went to League of Legends World Championship 2020. The grand finales for for Overwatch didn't win it, which is who I voted for. What are your thoughts about League of Legends winning it?
It's just I don't know. It's just that yearly big, huge ass event that they do. I think if you did the not so much of the Overwatch Grand Finals, but if you did the Overwatch World Cup, it had a better chance to it.
Yeah, we're both World Cup fans, and if you look at the league as a whole, I think Overwatch wins it for sure. You know, like the whole season, because I think League of Legends. I'm sorry, I think Overwatch does a better job with it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But if looking at this, I mean, obviously, I could vote for Overwatch too because I'm such a big Overwatch fan. But I'm not mad that League of Legends won it. I think it's right.
Yeah, for their event. Now, League of Legends also won the actual esports game of the year. Amongst who they're competing against, I think they're accurate on that. Counter-Strike's really good, but League of Legends, I think they just kind of are. They're killing it on the esports stage. I think there's some other games that should have been added to the list personally, but I think League should have won it.
Yeah, how do you have a League of Legends that's just such an old game, right? That's on this every year, right? But you can't throw Overwatch in there?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is the League of Legends is constantly reinventing itself. You know, they're putting in some really cool new things and stuff like that. There's actually a new single player game coming up that has League of Legends characters in this turn-based. We're going to talk about that once we get early access to it. But yeah, I think it's because of how much they're staying on the cutting edge. And I think Overwatch, to be honest with you, I think Blizzard is kind of... Overwatch is my favorite esports outside of World of Warcraft's Mythic Dungeon runs. But Overwatch is my favorite esports. So, but I'm a fan of it. I think if you were just going over broad esports stuff, I think Blizzard's probably looking more into what they're going to do with Overwatch 2. And so they're kind of like less about making sure Overwatch is cutting edge.
Yeah, but you know what's really pissing me off about Blizzard lately is that the fact that they're announcing these things and they can't get anything done right now. Well, Overwatch 2, Diablo Mobile.
Yeah, Diablo Mobile is a joke, yeah. And they're not even the ones developing it, really.
What's that?
Well, they're not even, they have like Tencent developing it or something like that. The Diablo Mobile. Yeah, I feel you though.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, we got the expansion, Shadowlands, but right now I'm a rocky relationship with Blizzard right now. I'm a little ticked off.
You need a BlizzCon to spike you back up. Is what you need.
Yes, it would actually too. It would announce a bunch of stuff that wouldn't come out for another 5 years, but I would forget that while I'm there.
Well, we have the digital one coming up in the beginning of next year. We'll be doing the live event for that, but yeah it's just not the same. And then Shadowlands, you're not playing, but it's the fastest selling PC game of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is killing it on every point that it can be killing it on. People are just going crazy for it, and I can't suggest it enough.
Yeah, I only hear good things right now about it.
And you're not playing it. So just want to throw that out there again. Somebody's got to review Cyberpunk for us, I guess. But
except I'm playing a glitchy ass buggy Cyberpunk instead of a clean fucking World of Warcraft. Right now, I know.
With one of the best expansions releases ever. All right, so we're going into esports hosts. I of course voted for Golden Boy. I know Alex Mendez. I know we're kind of like showing our favoritism here, but what did you have any favorites in this?
No, I don't care about anyone.
Yeah, really, it's Golden Boy.
Yeah, you can say Golden Boy. Yeah.
Or who's the Canadian host for Overwatch? Do you remember her name?
I only know her tag. I don't know her real name. I don't think the real name is really important.
Not in esports, no. Yeah.
But Golden Boy, I'm surprised didn't win just because he's out there a little bit more than just esports. Like he just did the Titan games with The Rock.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, man. Come on.
Well, especially when you see him live, but he's got a really good personality. Like he's infectious. He's live. He's fired. So he's really fun to watch. I think he deserves the win, but he didn't. And then best esports team, I probably could have called this one, but I had San Francisco Shock again. And now that I'm going over what I think should have won, our bias is kind of getting a little too obvious on this. But yeah, obviously, anything that wasn't Overwatch, we weren't voting for. But G2 Esports, of course, is they're a great team. Shock and Dallas Empire are both solid. I'm not too familiar with Dam 1 or Team Secret, but yeah, G2 I think is a fair win. I think G2 probably does deserve some props.
Has G2 won anything recently? Like maybe the last whatever?
I don't know. I just know their social media stuff.
The only reason why I said that is because San Francisco Shock just went back-to-back championships, right? Was that back-to-back? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So you would think like...
Did you see that ring they got too?
No, I didn't see the ring.
Corey posted the ring. Check out Corey. You guys, check out Corey. Gosh dang it. Video Game Bang. Sorry, is the name of this podcast. Sorry about that, Corey. Checked out the podcast. They stream it on Twitch as well. But yeah, that ring he got is crazy, man. I'm like, it's Super Bowl level. You got to check it out, guys.
Wow.
This Shock got it. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Yeah, so I don't think they won anything recently. I'm looking it up. I just know that their PR team's really good. They're one of my favorite teams to watch on CS:GO. Yeah, they're still currently kind of going at it right now. But yeah, all right, that was the awards. Obviously, we weren't big fans of the award results. Next year, we'll do our own, like we and we'll do the best of 2020s at the in the end of this month actually. And so we'll kind of have some results of that. But yeah, I think that's about it. Boy, this is a long one, man. We went 2 hours and 12 minutes on this one. Basically 2 events that we just covered. That was it. So there's some other news stuff. You guys can check out our website for all that information. We write articles for news as they come out. Basically, I think the main thing this week was the Spider-Man thing, which we made sure to address during the Disney stuff. But yeah, all right, Squeaks. I think that's it for us today, man.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy. Bye.
See ya.